Hey guys, so it is 7 o'clock. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm so glad to see the people who are here over on YouTube, and it looks like you guys can see my new name. YouTube finally has allowed me to be Bubbles instead of the name of the show. So I hope you guys see that on your side, and if not, I might have to go over to the YouTube side at some point so that you can see that. But welcome to Louisa and Vicky and Miss Queen Libra. So glad to have you guys here with us tonight. So, what did you guys think of today's episode? I did not even fade that music out. That's horrible, horrible editing skills on my part. But things are going to get better. So, what did you guys think of the episode today with Shelia? The flashbacks of her over the last 30 years. Did you guys watch that today? Or am I solo swinging it on watching it? We're going to get some people in here. So y'all don't have to listen to me babble by myself about today's episode. I like today's episode. Hey, April. I liked today's episode. I was entertained by it mostly because it almost seemed like it came from the point where Lauren and Shelia were telling their stories. And even though Casey told us that Shelia from Genoa City and Shelia from the Bold and the Beautiful, their universes don't cross paths, I think after today we can see and say that that's not true, because we wouldn't even have a Shelia in Los Angeles if she hadn't come from Genoa City. So, but I get what they were saying with that. Hey Sam, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Oh my goodness, I am not my best tonight, but I need you, ladies and gentlemen, to lift my spirits, and I'm gonna need y'all to tell me all the good, bad, ugly, treacherous, and demented and sick thing that happened on all the soaps today.
Girl, what had happened with you?
Girl, what had happened? I haven't watched a damn soap today. I have been working all day, unwell at that, and I have the audacity to have to work at the damn office tomorrow.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
we are not very different today, because even though I set out, hey darling,
Hey y'all.
Hi, darling.
Hey, good evening.
we're not really into nothing yet, but I was fixing to tell Sam that even though I started the day out great watching Days of Our Lives. Y'all know I live and breathe for me some damn Susan Banks. I'm so glad Stefano was a bastard with her. I love damn my Elvis. I put on this costume and I just felt something was coming for you. I love it. So I got to see Days. I didn't get to see I had to go back and watch Bold because my sister called me, and the Paramount app, I don't know what it is about my TV, but some days it works, some days it doesn't. So I have to change rooms. And then I couldn't change rooms because my sister called me, and I take her calls regardless. The goose could be laying the golden egg. I'm going to have to tell him to stop because my sister's calling me. So I watched it, but I watched it right before, and I didn't get to see General Hospital again. And I'm really starting to slip on that because they're not keeping my interest.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
where I want to start at? Raggedy old General Hospital and get them out the way, or
That might not be a bad place to start, because I actually have been forcing myself by literally just playing General Hospital on the ABC app, just playing it, even if I'm not paying attention, just to hope something is going to make me get it.
Well,
it's not.
I'm glad. I'm very behind, but I do want to know if anyone got to see Allie Mills on her debut, since they got her playing crazy ass Heather.
I only got to see a clip of it.
Me too.
When she came up on what's her face in the hallway.
Olivia.
Yeah, she came up on Olivia in the hallway, and then they had to drag her off, and I was like, "Oh shit, this gonna be good if they give her something to do."
She was laughing her crazy ass off.
Like
She
the
is
damn
doing
Joker.
crazy Pam.
Yeah,
Crazy. She was crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
She was
I can't
absolutely
wait.
Pammy. And let me say something on that because I'm such a bad mood. I'm gonna say it. General Hospital fans are so goddamn ungrateful.
Girl, you better stop. Them
Ungrateful.
people is vicious. You do. Let me tell you, that's a different type of fan over there. Them
It
people,
is.
they not like us.
They not.
They are not like us. And I got a headache tonight, so I know I don't want no smoke from no GH fans tomorrow. Y'all come back on Wednesday when this migraine is gone. But girl, them people cut throats.
So
Very.
they literally out here acting like Allie Mills is truly like the only character she's ever played was the mom, the perfect mom on Wonder Years. I'm like, my God, man, this is Allie Mills we talking about. Her
They don't know.
latest work.
Okay, they don't realize that she once tried to feed Donna to a damn bear.
No, they
Not
don't
Okay,
realize
cause she got
anything.
Allie Mills has got plenty, but look, she's got plenty experience in doing crazy roles. Okay, so
Yeah.
she's good. She's got that.
But you
but
know, I
you
feel like
know,
the GH fandom got her out there fighting for her life on the Twitter streets. No, she's not engaged in any fights on the Twitter streets. But I'm just saying, they got her name out there. And you know, people having to stand up and defend her. I'm just like, well, this is some bullshit.
but
Y'all just
you
don't know what
know,
a jewel y'all have.
these people also don't like a lot of people don't really follow the actors outside of the show, so they don't know the kind of range that she has as an actor. Like, yeah, she was the mom on the Wonder Years, but she's also been Crazy Pam. She's also been on Broadway. Like, this woman's
Yep.
got range. Like, I feel like she doing the Bold and the Beautiful because Broadway is busy right now. Like, well, she's not even doing both right now. She's over here on GH. They don't understand what they got. They don't know who
Nope.
she
Nope.
is.
At
It's
all.
a
What are they pissed that Robin Matson isn't back in the role or something? I'm
Basically, what
assuming
I've
that
been
that's what
reading
their
is
problem
the
is.
role, yeah, the role should be recast. It's like bull fucking shit. All the roles should be recast. All of them. I
but
don't want to see a dead character unless it's a new worthless ass character.
okay, so
That's it.
listen. I get what they're saying with Robin Manson because she's phenomenal. Now, I never saw Robin in this role, I don't think. But Robin Manson was even a recast. But
Yep.
Robin Manson is the kind of person that if you getting her up out the bed, you getting the fucking performance. She is like a Kimberly Brown. Um,
Yeah, she is. I'm more familiar with her when she was Janet on All My Children. I never saw her on GH.
yeah, she was on GH and she did I want to say she was on Santa Barbara too.
Yeah,
Robin
she was.
Madison is that bitch, honey. So I can understand because if I had to watch during the time, well, Robin Madison, I mean, like when you talk about crazy villains that are women, I can think of Sheila Carter and Janet from Another Planet. That right there, like Thelma and Louise, they'd have burnt shit to the ground and it wouldn't have been no
Yeah.
left. So
That is literally what they called. Well, the character's name on All My Children was Janet Green, but that's literally what they called her, Janet from Another Planet, because she was that crazy.
and I understand them if they don't know who Ellie is and coming up off of Robin Manson, I would be clutching my pearls too. Like, what did y'all? Would y'all just going to go get anybody to replace Robin Manson? This is if I didn't know who Ellen Mills was, but I know who Ellen Mills was, but I also
Exactly.
know who Robin Manson is. She got big shoes to fill. I'm not saying she can't do it because we've
Right.
seen her do it.
We've
But
seen her do
Robin
it.
Manson left some damn sideshow Bob size shoes behind. Some damn crested, wasn't that Crested feet that was so big? Crested the Clown.
Hmm.
She left Crested the Clown shoes behind to fill. And I hope that Ellie pops through them so that they know that they got a real one.
And put some respect on her name. From what
Right.
I seen in the clip, she already showed her ass. And I feel like Allie Mills, the last thing she did was on Broadway. I think she's ready to get out there and show her ass. She
Yeah.
wasn't getting anything on CBS.
I mean,
So
my
she went
thing
out to
is this.
Broadway, and now she got a fire under her ass. She wasn't sleeping in that clip I saw.
I mean, my thing is this. She ain't been on but 2 days. Not even a full 2 days.
You know,
And
you
so
know,
like,
people don't give you no time. You got one damn day. Period. You ain't got them after a day. They don't fucks with you. That's why they keep repeating Roger Howard. And what's his name? The other little boy that's gone, but might come back from the COVID. Steve Jones, but the Stone Cold. You know, eventually they're gonna bring Jason back. But do you think that they are here trying to recast the role that Roger has already been in? They gonna just leave that character dead because who gonna come behind him? That's kind of like Robin. Who y'all gonna get to come in here behind
But
Robin?
you know, I don't play that no more. Ever since Krista Allen came up and ate up all the goddamn crumbs from Hunter Tylo, I will never say ever again that I won't take a recast. Do a fucking shit. I'm gonna take a recast.
Especially if it is a very well cast recast.
Right. That's the key.
Krista is.
Right.
I don't know nothing about this Heather character, but I know how Robin is, and I know how Allie is. And right now, I'm gonna say it's a good recast.
Indeed.
I've never seen the first person. I never seen Heather.
Me neither.
no,
So
I've never seen her in that role.
I saw a picture of her, and there's a Allie definitely has a striking resemblance to the original actress, unless that was Allie I was looking at. But I could have swore that was a picture of the previous actress in the role.
you probably seen the same picture I did, and that was Robin.
Yeah, so they damn sure got a dead ringer for Robin's ass. I say that.
Well, they don't look alike though. No,
They looked alike to me. I was like, God damn. I was literally like, is that Allie Mills or is that the other lady? Because they look alike to me, very much so. Now Allie's very pretty though. Allie's very pretty, but she was looking a mess in that picture I saw.
well, you know, when people look a mess, they all look the
Well,
same.
exactly. And Heather fresh off the criminally insane ward. So if she was looking anything other than a mess, I'd be surprised.
Exactly.
Who let her out, girl? That's like letting the damn Joker out of
That's
But
the
y'all
part
know
that
what though? What the hell did she do? Why is Olivia freaking out like this? I thought this was somebody that was related to Elizabeth.
she's a Weber, so she is.
Somebody explained it to me on Twitter. I think that she is married to Elizabeth's uncle or something, or somebody explained it to me. She's not related to Elizabeth.
Yeah, not like that. More like she's an old wife.
Well, that's some bullshit. So you know the Liz fans is tripping that Liz still ain't got her damn parents cast.
Yes, they
Yes, they did. She does have a parents cast. I think, as a matter of fact, I think she drugged their asses today. If the Twitter streets are correct.
Oh wow! So they got all Liz's family coming up,
and they don't like the people that they cast for her mom and daddy either. They mad
and they don't like Allie Mills. You know what? This is what I said. What the hell did I say? GH fandom is what? Ungrateful. I'm
gonna put it to you like this. They could feel however they want to feel, but all I know is this much. If you don't like what you're getting, and what you're getting is different from what you have, which is what you don't like, which is all this bullshit with the same people y'all don't give a fuck about, like Michael and Milo and this foolishness that's going, the truck nuts and all these other stupid people that y'all really wish the hook would get a hold of.
Right.
But they give y'all this type of stuff because it has been on the wish list for a long time for Liz to get a substantive family story involving her parents. That has been on the wish list forever. If you don't want that neither, then you know what? Then they're gonna keep giving you the shit. Then they're gonna keep giving you the shit you don't want. Right. It's just gonna be whatever.
They really are mad about it. Like, I have read stuff, like, after they announced who her parents were going to be, people were saying stuff like, such and such is breathing, and this is who you picked to be her mom. And I'm like, these people ain't even on the canvas yet.
It's crazy. I've heard some of the worst.
I think Tasha Yar is playing her mama.
Yes. Denise who used to play Tasha Yar on Star Trek Next Generation. Correct.
How y'all don't know who Tasha?
Denise Crosby.
About y'all don't want no names. It's Tasha motherfucker.
Girl, girl. See, I'm glad I wasn't in on that because let me tell you something. You ain't gonna sit up here on Gene Roddenberry's internet
Mhm.
and tell me that anybody who was on Star Trek The Next Generation is a goddamn nobody. They may be from a different genre, but they're not a nobody. Your ass sure as hell know who John Luke Picard is,
Yep.
okay? You know who the
Yep.
hell Patrick Stewart is.
Sure do.
You damn sure know who LeVar Burton is. So
Captain
no.
Catherine Janeway. That's my
Hold
bitch.
on.
Mhm.
LeVar Burton long before Gene Roddenberry called him.
Oh yeah, well of course. Well that's a given.
Yes, yes,
That's my homie from reading Rainbow and Roots. So yes. LeVar
Yeah,
Burton has many strikes under his belt for things that he's been in.
honey,
But
LeVar Burton still read me to bed at damn night. Y'all listen to his podcast called LeVar Burton Reads?
everybody got a damn podcast that I don't know about these
He
days.
been had it though. He been had this podcast, and then COVID happened, and then they got to a point where they couldn't get the copyrighted books for some reason. But honey, yes, LeVar Burton has a podcast. He's had this podcast for a couple of years now called LeVar Burton Reads, and sometimes he'll read like excerpts from books. But I think we had to get back into the public domain for some reason. But honey, yes. LeVar Burton gonna read to me until the day one of us dies. And if he died first, that podcast gonna still be there. So I'll just rewind it back to the beginning and start over. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I'm out here going, no. Just because people and honestly, I'm gonna put it to you bluntly, and it's the truth. There is and we've had this mini conversation before about how there's a tactile difference between um East Coast soaps and West Coast soaps before everything ended up out in LA. The thing is, the same thing goes for the fandoms, if we're really honest. That there is a difference between people, viewers specifically, who were fans of East Coast based soaps, and people who were fans of West Coast based soaps before we stopped having East Coast soaps. If
right.
you notice, remember we always said that the acting bar to make it in daytime on the East Coast was way different because the competition is a lot different. There's a lot of crossover with Broadway, as was previously mentioned. So you had to be bringing something special to the table to get into the right doors. You couldn't just be a cute model or something. And so I think in part because of that raised bar, especially for older shows that were East Coast based before they switched over to production on the West Coast, I think that has a lot to do with how their fans perceive a lot of shit that happens. That's just my opinion.
What they
I
need to
could be
do,
wrong.
what they need to do is they need to be grateful. They need to be grateful that they have a deep cast, and I know what some call would be bloated, but they do have a deep cast, and they do have
Sam,
multiple.
is it
Oh,
just me or is Sam going in and out?
It's
it's
just you.
oh okay, because I was walking. It could have been
Okay.
me. Um, yeah, I just think they just ungrateful. Seriously, they complain even with Peter August. There was a bona fide villain that everybody hated on the show. That's what you call a villain, is it not?
Oh yeah.
Everybody hated him on the show, right? It wasn't a character that didn't hate him. Even his baby mama, the woman that was supposed to marry him, hated his ass. He is a villain. That's what he is. All the characters hate him. The fans are supposed to hate him.
Mm-hmm.
I was disgusted at the ravenousness at which the fans went after the actor's job because they hate the character. You feel me? I just thought that was beyond anything that I had ever seen. Ever. They wanted him to lose his job because he got offered the job in the parking lot. I mean, I don't know where y'all from, but to me, that's called the blessing. If it was for me and it was handed to me in a parking lot, that was for me to have. I just don't understand how how these General Hospital fandoms, how they are towards their talent. They got Allie
They
fucking
like
Mills and they
something else
complaining.
though. They
Huh?
really are. They really are a different breed from us. They not like
Completely different breed.
we over here on our side of the world, and we be grateful to get people like, oh, we got so and so, but they be like trash, garbage, throw it back. We don't want it. What do y'all want? Not this. This
Like what
is
you just
not
now
what we
said, Bubbles. So what was
have.
like that comment? You mean so and so is breathing and you got XYZ? I mean, that's like harsh as fuck.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. This is AB.
They don't care. They have not cared in decades. They've
This
always been like this.
shit.
They were like this in the 90s and shit.
Yep.
Nothing ain't changed. Nothing has changed.
Yeah,
I
you
So
know,
think
no,
it took a lot. It took a lot in me to not jump in there and defend for Allie. I really did. It took a lot. I'm just like, this is Allie fucking Mills. Put some respect on her name. Damn,
uh-uh.
at least give her a minute to show you what she got. I promise you
girl,
won't regret it.
those girl, please.
People
They could get royalty from CBS over there and they would shit talk them. They don't care. Victor Newman could decide to pack up his bags and move to New York City and show up in Port Charles tomorrow and they'd be like, oh, who this mother? They believe it. Believe
Rolling
it.
their eyes, probably. I bet you he related to Carly.
Believe it. Believe it. They would. They do not care. The fandom has been like that for ages. And it's one of the reasons why I'd be like, you know what? I don't go here anymore since I don't watch GH as religiously as I used to. I like to visit, but I don't want it's like one of those places that I don't mind visiting, but I would not like to live here as a resident.
Correct. Yeah. Hi, Ken Ken.
Hey Can
Hello, Lady
Can.
Sanchez.
Hey ladies, how y'all doing?
I miss
Hey,
Queen Libra.
Hey
y'all ain't missed
y'all.
nothing. We just been chit chatting before we really get into anything because I
Hi,
actually have quite a
Amaya,
bit to say
Simone,
about Days.
Stefan,
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm waiting on. But I had a
April.
feeling y'all was talking about General Hospital and our new star over there.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
our
just want
beautiful
I
Allie.
the way.
she's been getting shaded. Yes, I've been seeing the shade. And
Yeah.
I love her. I was watching some the other day and I saw her as a young woman and I was like, wow. I say that's Pam.
Knockout.
And she's awesome.
Yep.
She's an awesome actor. I'm like, give this woman a chance. What the hell going on? And she was crazy on CBS, not, unstable, but I loved her
Yes.
role. She was feisty when it came
Yes.
down to her sister Stephanie and her family, so
Allie Mills was always on. She never slept. She was always in character and always gave a performance, no matter how small it was. Even when she
that's
was just the
right.
secretary. Wasn't she the cutest, dingiest secretary ever with her damn lemon boss?
You damn right.
Just being the
We
secretary,
enjoyed
Pam.
Pam's.
Listen,
Yes.
Pam was delicious from the minute her mama talked her into trying to steal Eric from Stephanie.
Yes.
That's some shit.
Shit.
If it wasn't for Ann, Pam never would have developed a crush on Eric. And
No, she wouldn't have. God bless Betty White.
that's why she did it. And from that
Stop
moment
tapping.
on,
Oh, my cat is going to make me kick his ass. He
oh,
acting like a fucking dog, tearing up my shoes.
oh no.
Oh Lord.
Run, kid, run.
Don't let it get you. You got four legs. She
This
just
is some
got two.
bullshit. This some bull.
Why
And I
would
just took
she be
these
like,
out the closet. They some suede booties, and he got his damn nails in them.
well, I mean, that's the
Well, it's Halloween, so I guess you ain't getting a treat. You
He
got a
better.
trick.
No, he got to go
I
now.
had a
Go
pit
now.
bull that was in love with my shoes. We had a love-hate relationship. I had to give him away.
Yeah,
But
because
'cause
my
yeah,
boy
he
had to
he
go. He
loved
just
all my
literally. I
high
just
heels,
because
baby.
how's he gonna do that to? I know because they like to mash into things that feel good and sharpen their nails. But then this my suede booties. Get out of here. He
well,
tried
you
the
supposed
system.
to give him something else that he can be scratching on.
You have to give
They
him a
have
chew
two.
toy.
There's two trapped cat trees in the hallway. Both of them are 3 tiers. They can scratch that until the cows come home.
They don't.
They not gonna use that. Yeah, you
They
gonna need
do.
to
They
get
use
them
it, but it's
something from the
You know,
Petco. You have to
you
get
know,
something from
pets
Petco.
are,
it is
pets are
okay.
like kids. You can buy kids a whole
That's
bunch
right.
of toys, but they will go in the
Deal.
sink, under the sink,
That's
and go
true.
make a
Speak on it,
drum
King
set out of
George.
your pots and pans.
That's
He just
true.
walked. He had to walk past the scratching post to get into my room to get to my
That's
shoes.
What?
because your shoes. Look, your shoes is intriguing, girl.
I'm about to, girl, listen, I just pulled them out because it's, going into fall and I wanted to bring out the booties and boots and stuff. And so I see I'm going to have to go back and put them back in the boxes and still, keep the boxes closed. Because it was
Oh, you
I was
cold.
took
thinking
Girl,
a lot of that.
see you. That's on you because you took him out like you was buying him some new toys. Okay, that's on
I was
Apparently.
thinking a lot of that be psychological. Like they know once they they know they pick up on things. They know once you put your shoes on, you finna leave them. So they go attack them shoes because you can't put them on if they chewed up.
Girl, you sound can you
girl, they
sound like
smart can.
you sound like the wise tale that said don't never buy your lover shoes because they gonna walk away from your ass in.
That's right.
Ooh, I never heard that. Oh my God.
My
That sounds
grandma,
so true though.
my grandmother used to say that. My grandmother used to
Child,
say that back in the day. Don't you never buy your man no damn
new
shoes.
shoes.
All he
It
gonna
He
was
do
gonna
is
lose
that
his
or
walk
don't.
away from you, child.
It was either that one or don't put your floor on the purse, or
Don't put your
your
purse on
purse
the
on
floor.
the
yep, put your
floor, or you
floor. If
gonna
you put
lose
your
your
floor,
money.
you gonna lose your money or stay
That-
broke, whichever
That's
happened first.
right.
That's
That's
right.
right. Child, those old people know what they was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, you guys, I grew up like that too, but I don't really, we know better now, but I don't put my purse on the floor now because people are nasty and I
Well, the
don't know
floors are
what
disgusting
they
these
stepped in.
days. So
And so you stepped in something and brought it in. Now I sit my purse and my purse will never go on the floor. I don't spend a lot of money for my stuff, but I have like designer bags because I get lucky at Goodwill. I got like a $10 Coach bag. I mean, it's an authentic Coach bag, but it came from the damn Goodwill. Ain't
Yep.
nobody gonna know it came from the Goodwill. But you know what? I don't treat it like it came from the Goodwill.
girl, don't bag on Goodwills. My auntie used to be known for stepping and dressing, and it all came from the Goodwill, and you never knew it. She's like,
And
those people. She told me years ago. She's like, those people do not care what they send to Goodwill. They
they
send it
don't. And
all.
and,
The
and
good,
listen, you're right. Because back in the day, that's where you always found all the good things. Now, trust and believe. I even used Goodwills for very good church clothes for my kids when we was coming up for church. Dress
Mm-hmm.
shirts and dress pants and things that kids you don't really want to spend money on anyway, to be
I
honest.
was about to
Unless it
say
is
for
Easter.
kids, you got to because kids grow so fast. You can't be at the retail store buying every time they have a
Exact a
growth
suit, a new dress, and exactly. So yeah, I trust and believe. But nowadays the wealthier them got smart now. They go into consignment shops where they can resell their goods instead of taking them to
yeah,
Goodwill now.
yeah. They got
Yeah.
apps. I was gonna say they got apps for that now. You can buy used stuff now. So
Damn technology.
but they
Yeah,
I
yeah, it really screwed us out
shoot
now, didn't it?
technology. But I worked at a Goodwill when I was like 18, y'all, and for a couple of months, and they fired me because I told on them. They was stealing stuff. Like the rich people would come drop off their stuff, girl, and they would have the people who worked there. They would have their stuff in their back car, in the back seat of their cars, in the trunk of their cars, and shit, and would put out the track put out on the racks the leftovers, girl. And I was young, I didn't care, and girl, I told them on them people like, what y'all doing?
Ah, girl,
I'm
you
like,
were so
y'all stealing
innocent.
this stuff. This
Wait,
stuff supposed to be
wait,
for
wait.
y'all.
Before we get too far afield, I saw a comment for Maya. She wants us to get to Y and all. So let's get started because I know we all got a lot to say
Girl,
about days.
why did
Well,
I
what's going
think
on with Y
Chelsea
and
was
R?
going over I thought she jumped. I was like, oh my God, girl, my
But
heart
What
stopped.
happened to Y and R?
She jumped, but Billy.
Well,
Y'all got to
Chelsea
tell me
has.
what's going on.
Okay, so we could do Y and R first, and then get to days because I know days is going to at least be a solid hour by itself, damn near.
Let's get to
Okay,
it.
so on Y and R. Chelsea has been going down a ugly path for a while. The truth of the matter is, She was not okay when she came back from Iowa or wherever the hell it was where she was taking care of her mama, which is
Yeah.
really, Melissa being out for her maternity leave. So
Yeah.
she has not been well. That's why she's been acting like Ray's widow and all this other crazy shit that didn't happen with her wanting Johnny to know that she's his bio mom, and how that completely blew up in her face with both
Yeah.
Johnny and Connor. So
And she went after Billy too.
she kissed Billy.
she
Yeah.
kissed him.
She
Yeah.
kissed
So
Billy.
yeah.
Billy, kind of put the brakes on that and let her know in no uncertain terms he's with Lily, and that ain't a thing. Her partnership with Chloe blew up, and
Yeah.
so
And her
she's really,
relationship with Adam.
yeah, and
And
her
then
relationship
Ray
with Adam,
died. She was
and
falling
then
in
Ray
love with
died.
Ray. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was falling
now
in love.
keep
That
in
would have
mind
been
it
hot.
was one sided though, because Ray only had eyes for Sharon. So all of this stuff has been going on with Chelsea in the background, and one of the biggest complaints all year has been, what the hell are they doing with her? What are they trying to do with her? Because it always felt like they just didn't that the writers didn't know what to do with the character, so they just kept doing all this strange off the wall shit that nobody could
Yes.
understand.
You know
And
why?
Yeah,
so,
Because she's an Emmy winning actress. She's a
yeah,
mhm.
good actress at her job, but
she
the
is.
character is trash.
Well,
Yeah,
here's what happened today. So it's Halloween in Genoa City too. So she's basically clinically depressed, and it shows.
yes, it's
She almost
definitely
missed.
clinical.
She
Yes,
was supposed to be meeting Connor and Adam at Crimson Lights to see his costume, and she hadn't even got out the bed yet. But Adam was able to get her over there, and she was able to see Connor's costume and everything, and then she went back to her room to just continue being depressed. And Adam went to go get her to ask her to come out for a drink so he could talk to her, because he is concerned about her. He knows
yeah.
something's wrong with her. So they go to that. Did they go to that crazy? Is that what was that? Noah's Club, the Glam,
Noah's
or whatever the
Club. Yeah,
hell.
yeah.
Noah
I
little
think it's
funky ass
above. It
club.
must be above the hotel, Sheila's
Yes,
hotel. I
it
mean,
is.
shit, Phyllis.
The Phyllis's.
Yeah,
So he took her there for a drink, and the thing is, we've gotten to the part of the story where she is hearing things in her head. Okay,
yeah,
she's hearing all these voices of people who've said things to her, about her, to her, and she's literally losing her mind. So while
yeah.
she's now, so she was supposed to go to the bathroom while she was
That's
there with Adam.
anxiety. She having panic attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Uh huh.
exactly. So she went out on the rooftop. You know that Billy got this spot on the damn roof that he goes and yells at, that he took her to once. And so old girl was
He
up
took
there,
Amanda there too. That
and yeah,
son of
he
a
took
gun.
Amanda there too. He one of them boy dudes who got spots.
Yeah.
But I digress. So she literally went out there and was just having a full on psychological breakdown, and
Yes.
she had was thinking about jumping. Now
Yeah.
Billy was also at the club with Lily and had seen her, and he realized that something looked really off with her. And he followed her up to the roof, and he got there right before she was about to go out there and take that dive. And Billy was trying to talk her down. She told Billy, "Just tell Connor I
I
slipped.
tripped.
I
Yeah.
tripped."
She
And
kissed him on the
it was
cheek and
good.
said, "Tell Connor that I slipped." And she jumped
It
and
was
he
good.
caught her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stop
So yeah,
it!
Chelsea was
Yes.
full blown suicidal.
Girl. My
Wait
heart
a minute, y'all.
dropped.
Totally suicidal.
So I have to
Girl.
watch today's voting art.
Yeah, yes, Sam. When I tell you my heart, like I haven't seen no shit like this in so long on YNR. I mean, like it scared the heck out of me because immediately I was like, oh my gosh, Chelsea is like we getting ready to get a suicide. Like
Well, you
they
know, we
doing
just
this.
did this with Sheila. So was it more dramatic?
It was
It
more
was. It was
dramatic. It was
so
Because
dramatic.
definitely more
Jason
dramatic.
Thompson, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about the talent. Jason
Oh
Thompson,
yes, Jason was in it. 100%. They got those two gunning for Emmys for this shit.
I
They
was
Yeah.
about
are
to
they are
say it.
contenders.
This
They
is
are
probably
contenders for
so.
this.
You know what? This is gonna be they sweeps. They gonna roll. They gonna Chelsea about to eat some. Let me say, Melissa Claire Egan is about to eat some shit up. Melissa Claire Egan is about to leave bones on the table. If they gonna drag that bitch out crying through the sweeps, and Billy is gonna be cut, and Billy sucked so bad he gonna make so much of a mess, and it's gonna be beautiful and sexy all at the same time.
Well,
That
yeah,
don't
I
We
help
think
me.
those two might end up coming back together because I
Listen, it
think that
ain't
was
no
a
might.
Maya.
It
It
ain't
was
no
a
might.
Maya that put in the spoiler. Somebody put a spoiler in the chat where they're gonna get Sharon. Billy Wynn got Sharon to
He
come on
did.
in and
Tomorrow,
talk to.
yes. Tomorrow on the Canadian Day Ahead,
Yeah,
yes. He went to go get Sharon to come and talk to her because that's
yeah,
how in crisis she is.
yes,
I
yes.
like that today.
Hmm?
Like the last 5 or 10 minutes of today, because you know how I always try to flip over.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled it up on my phone, and Billy was bringing Sharon into the room, and Sharon was talking to Chelsea today.
Okay. See, I didn't see the last 10 or 15 minutes of it. Something was going on and I
They
couldn't
just,
remember.
as the
So
chat
Billy
said,
pulled
they
her
just
up.
need.
So
Yes,
yeah, Billy pulled her. Yes, girl. I was like, wait a minute, what the? Because I was scared for both of them because they was both standing up there wobbling.
Jason Thompson is so goddamn fine. So I imagine him being the hero with his pretty self. He pulls her up. What happened after that?
They fell
they
into
were.
the
They
they were
fell
on the
on the
ground.
ground.
They were on the ground, and he was
Holding
holding
each
on
other.
to her. He put his jacket over her, and they
Oh
were
my God,
talking.
not chivalry.
And then yes,
Yes, girl.
then
Yes,
Adam
and
showed up because he finally
yes.
realized where she was, and he was like, "Chelsea, what's wrong?" And Billy was like, "Adam, you this is not
Just
now.
leave.
Just
Yeah,
just
just
leave, not
leave.
now, not now." And it's just
Girl.
yeah. So
I
Adam,
hated that
so
shit though. I hated
I
that.
hate what here's the thing. I fully support Billy saving Chelsea's life. What I
Yeah,
do not support is him trying to distill everything that's fucked up with Chelsea down to her relationship with Adam because
that's
this
right.
is so much deeper than her failed relationship with Adam and everything that resulted from that. If
But
that
so no,
was her
that's what I.
only if that was her only problem, it would not be this serious. It is more than that. A
But that's
lot
It's a
how
more.
come it's gonna be
combination,
such
but
a
you know
beautiful
what though,
mess.
darling? It's a combination of all of it. And you know why?
Mhm.
Because before we started getting this clinically depressed Chelsea, up until even when she was like even before she did the whole where she pretended that she couldn't walk anymore after that stroke she had and she set
Mhm.
Adam up to look like he was trying to kill Ray. We
Yes.
saw Chelsea coming unglued then. It was a
Then
build.
yeah.
So it was a build of all of it. And then why she was stuck in that doggone wheelchair, it was her seeing Sharon and Adam right there in front of her eyes, right there in her house, girl, like giving each other these eyes and these looks. And then she was seeing them on the internet when they put those pictures up of that stolen kiss between
Mhm.
Shadem. And so we saw the all of that was happening. We saw her dealing with all of that. So that's why when she had that complete meltdown, and now I didn't like the writing of that, but it made sense when she tried to
Mhm.
say, I didn't like that she could have killed Ray and everybody in the house who could have used that shampoo, Sharon, Faith, everybody who came in contact with the shampoo could have gotten a hold to that, whatever she put in that, I think, what was it, volumes or whatever she was putting in
Valence,
this.
some metal
Yes,
substance or some crap.
but we saw the cracking up. We saw her cracking up then because of how Adam was treating her, right?
Right.
And how but it was how they were. So basically, what I'm saying is we couldn't fall. I know they wanted to drag Chelsea forward, but we couldn't blame her because Adam did have a role in it. But just fast forwarding a little bit, everything what I've saw since I've been watching these last couple of days is everything been playing back in her head
Yes, it
over and over.
has.
So yeah, so we've been seeing all of that she did that happened within the last, I'd say, 2 years since she
Years or
came
so.
back married to that millionaire, right? And
Mhm.
when they brought Adam back, the recast of Adam. So basically everything that happened and then everything that's happened over the last year, we've been seeing, she's been thinking about it. It's been playing loudly in her head so the viewers can see it. it. So it wasn't just so for Billy to sit there because yesterday he was basically had to piss Lily off
Yes.
because because
Lily is
look at
gonna.
Adam.
This is
Yeah,
a bad. Here's the thing: the timing on this for his relationship with Lily, this will kill his relationship with Lily. Because
it's gonna
the thing
kill it.
is,
It's gonna kill it.
he's trying to be there for Chelsea at a time when she needs someone, and when the other people who would normally be the people who would be there for her aren't the people that she wants. Okay, she
Yeah.
doesn't want to turn to Chloe for this. She doesn't want to turn to Adam for this. She's not trying to do none of that. But the problem is his relationship with Lily is
Lily, yeah.
at, and the thing is, and of course, it's convenient that all this is happening when Daniel's coming back, which is part of the reason. Is that
Ah,
is
I
that
got
part?
you.
Yeah, that's part of the timing for this. Because yeah, the whole part of the timing for this, all of this coming down when Daniel is supposed to be coming back soon is for a reason. It's because their relationship has been on the rocks in a way that neither one of them wanted to acknowledge for a while. Because
Since
even Lily had,
Victoria and Ashley and shit.
yes,
That's right.
even Lily had to admit to Devon when she was telling him about Billy's choosing to leave the COO position at Chancellor Winters was that this is not what he wants. This is what I want. Okay, and I want him to be able to do something that makes him happy, and being my COO isn't that. So they have been on the rocks. I'll be honest, Lily and Billy have been on the rocks ever since ChanceCom went down.
That's
So
right.
How long
this has
that's been?
been a,
It's been a while.
a long while. This was like right after Ashlyn and Victoria got married last October. So about a year. They've been in a awkward downward spiral that they haven't acknowledged it for about a year, because when Jill made Lily the CEO of Chancellor and she made Billy the COO, things have not really been right with them since then. It's just been an unspoken not rightness because
Right.
he's not happy. He's restless. He's been like that ever since he took the position.
But and I said that too, darling, because he treated Victoria the same way. It was like this, basically the same thing.
Yes, it
Because
is.
Victoria he felt like Victoria just masculated him, right?
He
Emasculated him because
emasculated him.
she was the woman in power, and basically he was just the new boy, just
Mhm.
her handman.
This about to be Lily and Billy about to be Billy 2.0.
That's right. That's the same. I
When it,
saw it happening.
same
I
thing.
saw it happening when she gave Lily that position. It was like, oh my gosh, here it is with Victoria all over again. He's
So
feeling
listen.
emasculated.
So they finna push Billy towards Chelsea because
Chelsea.
Adam is gonna be messing with
Absolutely.
him and Sally.
Well, yeah,
Adam loves Sally.
Adam's in love with Sally, and him and Nick are about to have issues about that. So, what
So who's
issues?
Nick
We're not
supposed to be
He
with?
sure.
would have issues because he's the interloper.
Yes, he is.
He's
Yeah,
nothing but
Nick,
an
yes.
interloper.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, so who is Nick supposed to be with? Since clearly they just refusing to do Sharon and Nick.
Sharon, no, we still supposed to get Chick. I believe Amaya said we still gonna get it. They're gonna do it during the 50th anniversary.
Because there's no one on Shannon's list. Period. There is absolutely nothing and nobody on Shannon's to do list. She is as single as hell, and the only person she dating is Crimson Lights.
That's right. And Nick and they wrote that article like what during spring, I believe that article came. They did that interview. Sharon
Hmm.
Case and Josh, they
Josh
did that
Merrill. Hmm.
interview that Chic, Chic fans were gonna have a surprise at the first of the year.
What?
But but he was like, but Nick has to get out of all his issues with his
Entanglements
relationship
and
and
shit.
his
Nicholas,
entanglements
Nicholas has
and
now see officially Sally and Nick are not together. They pumped the
no,
brakes on all of that because
no.
Nick realized that Sally has unresolved issues with Adam. So technically, nobody ain't with nobody right now. So they all free to just be messy, I guess.
Yep. I love it. I love it for Sally.
So we're gonna
It's
get
a beautiful
sick. We're
thing
getting sick,
that our
Sam.
little Sally Spectra is riding there free balling between two Newmans.
I know. I'm so proud of
I
her.
couldn't
I
be
know
prouder.
it.
I'm so proud that Sally got away from that flat bullshit and those
I
worthless
know
ass
it. I
bitches.
know it. I know it,
She
darling.
went
I
from the Lee
forget.
Spencer to the two Newman boys.
Yes.
Mhm. And let me tell you
Yes.
something. I don't know what none of these folks live like talking about, but I'm pretty sure Nick and Adam ain't homeless right now. So think what you will
Facts.
of that.
That's right. I
Facts.
love it. I love it. And we
Now,
getting Allie. We getting Allie and we getting chick, Sam. So I
I
am not
think so.
even mad.
Now,
And if Adam want to, if Billy want to, sniff around because I had a feeling I peeped in on it when they started that, when they were doing the whole podcast deal before Ashland, before they
yeah,
died him out. I had a feeling because though they had became real buddy buddy. And then watching Twitter, and seeing the clips on Twitter, that Chelsea was making her moves because they brought up the past when she, drug Billy just to get that baby, and then it
yeah,
was the
there's gonna be
whole.
a lot of controversy. If they do put them together, there's gonna be lots of controversy about that. You could best believe it.
I don't know why. They need to let that go. I mean,
Because
hell,
it's
that was
yeah, that shit
25
Girl,
years
trash.
ago.
I'm gonna
Billy
tell you,
and Lily does not make sense. That is
Billy
no.
and Lily do not look. I'm all for Lily getting back with Daniel, as far as I'm concerned.
Now that was
Yeah.
hot. That was
Well, it
hot.
makes sense. I mean, it just makes sense. They dated when they was kids. That would make sense
Hmm.
that he would come back and she would, act like that was like her first love, even though it wasn't.
Well,
Well,
we
she
don't we
can
don't
be
know who her
fleeing.
first love is. We don't need to talk about Kevin Fisher in this
Yeah,
aspect.
Kevin Fisher was
Oh
her first
God.
love.
See,
Yeah.
if we want to talk about her first real age appropriate love, because she married that man after she let Kevin Fisher run her through and give her the clap. She went and married Phyllis's son. But
Yeah.
Phyllis, unless Danny's daughter is grown and out the house, Lily ain't trying to hear that. Her own damn kids is gone, and
Oh
she
yeah.
trying to have no time for Johnny and Billy. Girl,
I
Lily.
wonder how they will address Sheila's grandbaby.
Maybe they'll say her ass is at a boarding school in California. Who knows?
Well,
Right?
we
That would
know
be.
definitely. I'm gonna go with Darling on this one. Darling, I believe that's exactly where they're heading to because we got Billy out here saving Chelsea, and so it's looking like they're gonna have them a very. I mean, it's already intimate. You hear what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's way past. I mean, they on fire right now. I mean, it is set in motion.
They
Yeah.
got
So,
chemistry.
oh yeah,
Yeah, there's
they got
chemistry there.
they got
There's definite
chemistry.
chemistry there.
It's definitely
Mm-mm.
chemistry. And
So
Billy,
listen,
his heart is in it. Like he is really trying to save.
He's invested in
Uh,
saving Chelsea's life. He's invested in her living, so to speak. Because
now
and left
before
Lily sitting right there at the damn table by herself,
and
child,
all her
walked
little
out
cute
on
little
her.
and her little cute little boots being pissed off to hell because she thought Billy was just blowing her off. And I don't and the thing is though, what I really think is that even when she finds out that there is something more to it, I think she's still gonna be pissed at Billy
She not gonna care.
because and not because she doesn't care about Chelsea's life or anything, but because to her this is going to be the continuation of a pattern with Billy. Okay, this is like you always look. It's like you need to be in a scenario. It's like I hate to say it. It's like Liam Spencer. If it's not a damsel in distress situation, he ain't fun.
But didn't
yep, and he
Victoria tell her
sabotaging
that?
himself.
Didn't want Victoria warn her?
Yes, she did
And Lily
quite a long
tried to,
time
and
ago, as
what
a
did
matter of
Lily
fact.
say? That's different.
No, it's
Billy
not.
loves me. You just don't understand.
It'll be like,
I'm not going to treat him the way you treated him. Where
Mm.
it's
mm,
gonna be different. She sure did. I
mm,
watched all of that. I said, no,
it's like,
she sure did.
okay, Miss Lily, you wait a couple of years, and here we are, 2+ years later. Where we at now?
At least she
Okay,
ain't had no
ma'am.
kids from him.
Thank
There
gosh.
you go.
Billy don't need no more churn. He got enough.
So
That's why
listen.
I don't feel sorry for her ragged ass.
I do
Exactly.
not.
So
I do
It
listen,
is
not,
guys.
never,
Bubbles.
it is never ever a good look when your new thing with a guy, if your new thing with a guy is that, I'm not gonna be like your ex was. Don't if you start off on that foot, bruh, you didn't just wrote yourself a check your ass can't cash 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost always the universe is gonna make a fool of you making that statement.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
gonna try
Well,
like hell.
Okay, so it looked
okay.
like Amaya said that a spoiler said that they addressed Lucy and Daniel not being with Heather anymore. So,
Oh,
well, who has Lucy?
Daniel would have her.
boarding school.
Oh, well,
Boarding
boarding
Yep,
school.
I think
Yeah.
they went
school.
right back to the regular
but
boarding
wouldn't
school.
she be
So listen,
older than that though?
yeah, yeah, she should be
Cause
a damn teenager. Shit,
Well,
I
she
it's
mean,
been a
she
while.
should be past that because wasn't Lucy? I'm trying to think. Had Lily had whatchamacallit, had her babies. The one who had those babies, the twins, but Lily's twins. Was Lucy born? I thought Lucy came first.
No,
No,
Lucy
I know
came
Lucy was
after
born
because
after
Lucy is
Maddie and
Daniel's
what's the
kid,
face?
right? Lucy is
Lucy was
Daniel's
born.
kid.
She was born after, but how much? Because because Lily's kids are in college, is what I'm saying, and I
Well,
When
they
they
think
screw.
Lucy.
Well, they
when
screwed up the timeline with Lily's kids for one thing. Those kids should not. Those kids should not have been in college before Faith left for college. They completely effed that up.
them kids been in
That's
college
right.
for 5 years, and Faith just graduated high school this year.
Yeah,
That is true. They did age
they
them up too pretty quickly. They
they
did
did. They
because
made yeah.
Lucy shouldn't be too much younger than Lily's kids.
No, exactly. They should be kind of, sort of an age with each other. Because
That's right.
I want to say Lucy was like 2012, 2011, huh? Somewhere
I
around
don't
there.
know, I don't know.
No, no, she knows a little bit. Yeah, Lily's kids was around that, like maybe 9 or 10. Darling.
Stefan said that Lucy should be 11 because she was born January 2011.
So yeah, so that's right. So Lily's kids was 9 or 10, something like that. They not too much, not too much.
Just a couple of years, just 2 or 3 years older than.
That's it. So they should be around. She can't be. Is no way in hell they can bring Lucy back. 13 years old, and Lily's kids are already in college. I
Well,
mean,
Lily
that's
kids are
too.
I
16
mean,
by the
look what
time
they
they
did
get them
for
Look
out.
what
Faith.
they did with Faith. There ain't no way in hell Faith was supposed to only just be going to college now. With the, I don't know why
Well,
not
that'll
makes the
be
oddest.
interesting.
Yeah, why not makes the oddest decisions when it comes down to kids and sourcing and desourcing. Like case in point, look at they soar as characters and then they desour as them. Because let's be honest, Phyllis, Victoria, both of them should have been way too of an age to be fooling with Billy unless it was a cougar situation. But
Okay,
That's
that's
guys,
true.
but that's
I want to
not.
get to the next step,
Oh, okay.
the next so
Oh,
um
days
days.
most likely.
But not Days because Days got all the best stuff. So let's close it out on Days. And we know that the people down in the comments like to toss up Brad Bell's show. So can we get that out of the
Well,
way?
yeah, I didn't watch
Yeah.
today.
Well,
I
I
didn't
did,
either, but
but
that's
I
why I
do
want to get
want
it
to
out the
make
way.
a comment on Friday's episode when about Douglas. I know I just have this one comment. So now when we talking about these underage kids and how Y&R do the kids, uh, did anybody catch when Douglas when he was at the office by the time Liam got him to Forrester Creations? Douglas, when he asked Stope, can they have a sleepover and can baby Beth spend the night? And I was thinking about when I watched it because I had to watch it like two more times Saturday, and I was like, Douglas actually said, "Can baby Beth come?" I mean,
mhm.
is baby her first name or?
I guess so. Like, baby, do ever happen to Baby Jane? I guess her name is gonna be Baby Beth. Mm.
That's the one I know.
Hey,
Bubbles. I
told
mean,
y'all.
seriously, Bubbles.
I've been told y'all that baby was always gonna be called. That's your little baby sister Beth. Your little baby sister Beth.
I mean, either because I'm like, is baby the first name, or is she gonna be a baby for the rest of her life? I mean, what's going on here?
She's
So
gonna be a
mama,
baby for
tell me
as long as
something. I'm like,
you are.
he actually said, "Can little baby Beth come and stay the night?" And I'm like, now wait a minute, now.
Lord mercy.
I just wanted to put that out there. I mean, we can get to today to the Halloween episode, but I just had to put that out there, y'all, because I didn't watch today. I
Well,
wanted to
well,
see
Bubbles.
Thursday, Friday.
We had like a little mini spaces on Friday because Douglas was the man. To anybody who missed it, yeah, Douglas handed Liam his ass. He put his Oshkosh bagash on his windpipe and stepped down hard. And Liam just don't know what to do with himself. He's fucked. He's discombobulated all by a damn 10 or 11-year-old child, and it was a thing of beauty. It really was.
It was, and I want to get to. I know Sam want to talk about the Halloween special today, but after that, I do want to talk about these upcoming bold spoilers about
Mhm.
Liam. Liam is gonna make a bold move. He's gonna do something to the ones he love and to the ones he don't love. And I would like to talk, if you know, if y'all
Yeah,
don't
let's
mind.
go. Sure. Go for it.
Well, I mean, because I mean, my theory is, I mean, I just want to know because I have two working theories here.
Mhm.
Either, and I know I shared a little bit in Bubble Space Friday when she did open the Twitter space for us that Liam will probably just come flat out and tell Hope, you need to quit your job. You know,
That's what my first indication is, but I'm not sure about the way that it's worded about the people he love and the people he don't love, because that part I don't really understand. Because yes, telling his wife to quit her job because he feels threatened over them spending more time with Thomas, that's the kind of beta move that a man like Liam would make. That's
yeah,
absolutely the kind of move he would make.
yeah. And if
Because it's
it's
stupid
now,
to
and if
ask
it
her to quit her job. That's dumb because it's
that
hope for the
would
future is
affect
the line.
Thomas.
That's stupid. I mean, we know that her ass can be replaced, but why would Hope walk away from hope for the future? That's dumb as hell.
Exactly. Exactly. Because my thing is, because contrary to popular opinion, unless somebody is offering her a hell of a deal, people not giving away clothing lines for free at major fashion houses.
That's right.
Those are kind of hard to come by.
Correct.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, she
Because
can
the
go home and
major
open an Etsy shop and do it like that. But
I
no.
was gonna say that he can open her up her own space like Thomas did for Sally when he walked away from Forrester when he asked his granddad for his shares before the recast, the one before him.
But the thing
Hmm.
is
He
Hope
went.
can't design anyway. She's not a designer. All she is a glorified supervisor. That's
That's
it.
it. That's
Yeah,
it.
she's basically the
She
spokesperson. That's
supervises
boils
that
down.
line. That's it. And basically, she can't even do that because Thomas and Zende running that baby.
With Thomason, did they do the designs? I mean, without Thomason Cinte, she gonna sit up there and do what? Critique a
No,
blank
she's
piece
not
of
gonna
paper?
come up with nothing.
Well,
She's
she's
not
not
gonna
a
come up with
designer.
nothing.
She's a damn supervisor.
That's
That's
right.
it. That's
They
that's
just go
all
to
she is.
her and see and for the input, whether they use it or not,
Well,
however, if they
yeah,
like it or not.
the land is named after her
Yeah.
because Ridge is a dumbass.
So out of
Mrs.
courtesy, they're
Ridge was
gonna
the
run it
one.
by her.
Yeah, I done
Yeah.
got mad just thinking
Now,
about that.
really, the line is named after her because Bill Spencer owned the company for a little bit, and Katie gave that line to that girl and named
Mhm.
it
She
Hope.
took it from Steffi.
Yeah, she took it from Steffi and gave it to Hope, and we're gonna call it Hope for the future because you're so hopeful and you got such a bright future ahead of you. Now that the Logans are in control, pretty much is what it was.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was out of spite. Yeah.
Yep.
pretty much. So, but of course, thing is, those type of opportunities are not normally handed out to people. So, Hope, despite whatever I may think of of her as a character, would be crazy to walk away from the line that has her name
Sam
on
back.
it. Oh, okay. That she would be crazy to walk away from the line that has her name on it because her husband is an insecure jackass. Because that's all. Because that's the thing, and that's the part that I think the Twitter streets are getting twisted. The whole CPS call bullshit was about Ridge and Brooke and Tridge. Okay, that didn't have anything to do with Lope and the Douglas situation. And the CPS call really didn't affect the Lope and Douglas situation because Douglas was already staying over at with Thomas at Eric's. Hope was already doing sleepovers at Eric's with Beth. So everything that's bothering Liam so much was already going on before the CPS call. So it doesn't really have anything
Thank
to
you.
do with that entire situation.
Eh, eh, eh. Douglas said that's home. That's not just Eric's house. That's
Oh,
Hope's home too. And he told his mama to come home and bring his cousin sister, baby Beth, with her when she came home and stayed for the weekend. That's really what that little boy had said.
and leave that asshole Liam in that shack.
That's really,
Sam back, guys.
and he wasn't even look. Hold on, I'm doing like 6 different things tonight, y'all.
Okay.
I'm crazy, and I have a migraine.
Sam saying Bubbles don't let me in. I'm gonna bust.
No, I hope
I know, and I think we lost Can a bit ago too, so I don't see her back yet.
yeah, I'm
Um,
looking for her to come back.
okay,
She did not
so
return. So
yeah, so that's the thing. Everything up until this point, all of this shit that's going on, Liam's ideas about what he thinks is going on, a lot of that's in his head. But he's
Yeah.
so insecure that he's going to project those insecurities onto his wife and do what he
And
always
Douglas.
does. He's
That's what he
going to
did
do
Thursday
it
and
on to
Friday,
Douglas.
darling. He was projecting his adults, grown man insecurities that Douglas have no understanding or comprehension of to that child.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
but you
was
know what though?
emotional abuse.
It is. And you know what though? But the writers, the powers that be, always narrate the things that Liam Hope and Brooke do as it's nothing. That's just the way it is, and it always going to be. What Liam did to Douglas that day was foul. He even took Douglas over there, hoping Hope to browbeat the boy too. He probably was hoping Hope would just say, "Well, let's just go home."
yep,
Yep, that's what he wanted.
exactly what he was hoping. That's exactly what that little mealy mouth motherfucker was hoping when he sat there and was like, well, Douglas had me bring him over here. No, you needed to be told more than once because the 10-year-old couldn't get through to you.
That's right. 10-year-old
Exactly.
can't call shots like that, buddy. You brought him over there.
I got a question.
Mm.
Because I literally have not watched an episode
You haven't
since
missed much, with the
since
exception
Thomas
of.
made the CPS call. Oh,
Mm.
actually, I did. I think I watched a couple of those Triage episodes. But anyway, um, I have a question.
Mm.
Is anybody else? Is it just me? Is it just me? Every time I hear about Liam, Douglas, and Hope and Thomas, or anytime I see a tweet about it, is it just me? But the first thing that makes me angry is that this is not Kelly making that bitch cry. Is
Yeah.
it just me?
No,
I'm
it's
just,
not just
Nope.
you. No.
but
No,
not the
I
first,
mean,
but not in the long run. But I mean immediately. That's my
No,
immediate
immediately.
visceral. Is
Yeah.
like this batch, and I say BATH because that's the way the Grand Dame does it on Potomac. So this batch has the audacity to be running around, damn near stalking, trying to kidnap, manipulate, and all out just drag another man's child to his lair to parent and father, while he has a whole child that he just never mentions, never talks about, is never
because
included as a member of his family. I
because it's
mean,
not
every
about the
time
child,
I
it's about
see
the women.
that,
And that's how Liam's mind is.
It's
every
about Liam.
every
It's
time I
about
see
Liam and his
about
romantic
Doug.
issues.
You're right though, because it's not
Mm-hmm.
about Kelly. It ain't even about Douglas. He
Mm-mm.
always used Kelly. He always used Kelly to sit up underneath Steffi on her sofa.
Steffi. That's
That was
right.
his reason
Exactly.
to get next to Steffi. Now
That's
he doing
right.
the same thing
He
with Douglas. He's
That's
the
right.
most selfish, and then they got the nerve to talk about Thomas. This
Oh,
thing,
he is
that
a terrible
thing,
man.
THANG, that thing is the most disgusting thing that has crawled out of the credits on Bold and the Beautiful. Liam Cooper
Yeah.
Spencer is the filthiest thing ever. He don't care nothing
Mm-hmm.
about none of the kids. He was
No.
about to walk out on Beth. Remember when he seen Thomas? What he thought Hope kissed the mannequin? He didn't have a
Yeah.
damn second thought about
Mm-mm.
leaving Hope and Beth both behind.
Nope. It was just she betrayed me. I have to quell this pain by trying to get in between another pair of legs as soon as
Oh
humanly
yeah, by the way,
possible.
I appreciate you for being there for me last night. Now let me go and tear her a new asshole. And he did do that. Went right to that apartment and ripped Hope a new one.
And it looked like an asshole when she pulled a damn dummy out the side.
And yep, and he looked like a dummy too.
Because he is.
And
Because
then he went right into crying, and I'm finna leave Hope too. So, anyway, by the way, Steffi, how serious are you and Finn?
Right.
that
You
was
know,
just
because I really
rock
gave up a
bottom.
lot
That
without dating Hope. I
trash,
really gave up a lot. So anyway,
trash.
he discussed me, and they got the nerve to talk about Thomas like he's an abuser. I haven't seen an abuser worse than the deadbeat that disavowed his own damn seed. How you know that you got a fetus in there, but you say no, not anymore? You's a damn worthless nothing. And they got the nerve to call Thomas an abuser.
I know that's one thing that will never not be funny to me. That Thomas is the worst thing in the world, but Liam is what? Liam is an emotionally abusive piece of shit. And it's not just limited to one particular woman. He's like that with any woman he's with. The
Correct.
children are an extension of the women. Okay,
Mhm.
and that's why Kelly's not on the radar because the gates to Malibu are firmly and completely closed. So Kelly is a non-factor. He can't use her as an
Anymore.
excuse to saddle up next to Steffi whenever his ego is getting bruised in Beverly Hills. So now he's making do with Brooks' veranda door when he needs somebody to help ease his bruised ego and his hurt goddamn feelings while he plots on somebody else's child because he can't stand the idea or he can't trust that his wife is not him, that his wife isn't plotting to cheat on him with somebody just because she's in proximity to another man who run rings around him, both emotionally, romantically, because Thomas is a lot of things, but he ain't no dog.
And
Right.
and Liam know that. That's why he insecure because he know even when Thomas is at his at worst, on his worst days, no matter what he doing, more recently it was to set up Brooke, but no matter what, not even that, he knows that even Thomas doing that, Thomas is still a better man than he will ever be, and he knows. Hope knows that.
But
Yes, he
listen to what the
does.
November sweep said though.
Trash,
Under
but go
and
ahead.
listen, do y'all also? I know y'all just like me, and y'all noticed that the November sweeps is no longer Steffi, Liam, and Hope. It's now Steffi, Liam, and Thomas. Steffi and Finn finally have their own section now, so Steffi is
Yes, thank
finally free
God.
from low prop duty.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Took took
being
a
said,
decade.
So they just traded Steffi off and for
for
Thomas. Now
Thomas,
Thomas gonna be on, yeah,
and
prop
so
Same
even
thing
duty.
they
though
did. Same thing they did when JMW went on her first maternity leave with Rise when she took the kids to Paris. And
Hmm.
so while she was off in Paris, when JMW was on her first maternity leave, that's when they were setting Thomas up as the big
Yeah,
villain of this, that, and the third.
yeah.
that's right. Because if Jackie didn't have a baby, I'm sure she would have been the one swapping babies or whatever. They would have had her as the prop, the angst, right? So
That's
anyway, when
Mm-hmm.
right.
I was getting to the spoiler where it says Steffi, I'm sorry, Thomas, Liam, and Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Hope is the heroine. She loves and is truly committed to Liam. But Thomas, Hope has piqued his interest again. Thomas has done a string of bad things. Can Hope ever love a guy like that? That was the fucking question. This is Brad Bell, whoever wrote that shit. I've been disgusted. I was already disgusted at what they put on air, but I've been even utterly more disgusted about what they put on print and how they describe it. So, Hope is grateful to Thomas, but she's
Mm-hmm.
100% fully committed to Liam. And she's the heroine, so that's what she gonna do. She ain't gonna do nothing but straight, but do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bill has a crush on Brooke. Um, yep.
My
And Ridge is appreciates Taylor.
Yeah,
trash.
yeah,
My thing is, whoever thought this was a good, if they thought any of this was going to pique people's interest, I don't know, what reading comprehension school they attended, but I'm here to tell you, you kind of screwed the pooch because you
Correct.
basically already in writing. Sweeps only just started, last week, I think.
yeah.
Thursday,
So
right?
yeah, no, I want to say sweeps. Was it this last Thursday or this week? I can't remember, but it was like
Last week.
last week. Okay, so my thing is when you do sweeps weeks is different. It's treated differently than it used to be because sweeps week used to be the event in daytime
That's
once
right.
upon a time. Back when we had buku soaps. I mean, it was a competition. It was a fight
That's right.
to see who could outdo who could outshock who could come up with this, that, and the other. You had people falling in volcanoes, all kind of shit, people back from the dead, because it was a
Yes.
fight to pull in the viewers with when you used to have soaps that were in competing time slots with each other.
Yeah. Or it's even in trouble. Or when Sosa was in trouble, that was their time to come out swinging and show
Exactly.
themselves.
We used
That's
to get
right.
that. We used to get disaster storylines every damn sweeps because of that.
Yep.
So even though, of course, we don't have multiple soaps competing for time slots anymore, because we're only down to 3 on regular television now, with days being on Peacock, but still being the most interesting out of all of them for in most aspects. You don't write your sweeps sports previews to basically tell me that there's nothing for me to see, because that's what those sweeps previews are. There's nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. No development, no movement. Somebody made a comment about one of the reasons that they always get pulled a little bit into soap was because of how well Annika and Matt do. And I said, of course, it's easy to get pulled in. Why do you think that kiss that was a fantasy has been viewed so many times? Because Annika and Matt, I feel sorry for them to a certain degree, because ever since their characters, they were recast for those characters have not moved 1 inch from where they were from the second they stepped into LA.
Yep.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's
Yeah.
changed. None of the writing has changed. Nothing has changed for those characters for the most part. They basically just paddle in place with no changes, no alterations, no nothing. So of course they both went in and put they back into that fantasy, because that was the first different thing that Hope or Thomas was allowed to do. They were only in a dream sequence though. Were they allowed to deviate from whatever bullshit formula this is that Brad Bell is addicted to?
I'm not seeing it. Listen, I know chemistry when I see it, and Annika and J Matt do have great on-screen chemistry. Indeed, they do.
Yeah.
I even think they have romantic chemistry. I think they got
They
great
do.
friendship chemistry. I
They
think they
do.
have it all.
They do.
But what they don't have is the
Is a
writing
good
and the
writer.
direction
A good
and the
writer.
No, they
direction
That's
don't have the
right.
writing for it.
and the direction, because I don't care what nobody say. From the beginning of the time Hope has been running into Thomas until now, she always makes those faces like she about to throw up all the
Yep.
time. And
Yep.
I can't get over it. So
Yep.
I can see chemistry, and they like I told you that time when he was firm with her about Douglas in
Yep.
that cabin. I found that he was so sexy because I didn't like her, but he was such a
Yes.
man. The way he handled her
Yes.
with so much
Yes.
respect, care, but also being firm that he was the man, and that's just was the end of
And that's his
it.
child.
So listen, so I could see that interaction. I could see right there. I could definitely like a Thomas and Hope pairing, given it was written right. But currently, as it's directed, with Annika always getting
Mm-mm.
those "I'm about to throw up" looks, they can fucking keep it. Seriously.
No,
And
there is.
then it's like an
That's the thing.
insult to our intelligence. Like,
There
am I
is
not
no
supposed to?
Thomas and Hope as written. You're right about that.
Yeah.
The only real Thomas and Hope we got to see was in a fantasy sequence when both characters were allowed to and directed apparently to actually act like they wanted each other, because the direction 99.9% of the time in hopes with Hope is the exact opposite, because
Disgust.
Hope doesn't want Thomas. Hope is in love with her husband. She's
And
not
and, and and
contemplating an affair. She's
and
not trying to step out on her man.
and that's basically what the sweeps said. Hope is our heroine.
Exactly.
She is completely committed and in love with Liam.
She
Thomas has lost
Exactly.
appreciates
her interest,
Liam
but she
and
is
Thomas. She
grateful to
appreciates, yeah,
Thomas.
she's grateful for
And she's
Thomas,
grateful to Thomas.
and
So
Ridge
Hmm.
again, those
appreciates
sweeps
Taylor.
sound like shit, don't they?
They
Very
are
much so.
shit. It
There
is
ain't no
shit.
November. It ain't November sweeps. It's November sleeps.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Because even right after that, what is he promising? Thomas is going to be a problem. Okay, big fucking deal. Thomas is going
For
to
the
be a
ninth
problem
time.
for the nth time. So that
Exactly.
sweeps. So that sweeps, and then because this is all I want to talk about, because they had a rerun show today, so we're gonna talk about the crap ass sweeps. So next we get a whole section on Brooke, just Brooke by herself. Brooke, men find her irresistible. So that's quite a damn statement. I think you find her ass irresistible.
He is the only one.
That's how they
Thank
write
you.
it.
So here we go. Um,
Again.
the only reason why Bridge is apart, I believe that was like the second damn sentence, is
Hmm.
because Thomas called CPS. And I highlight only, right?
Bullshit.
They didn't say mainly
Only.
or yeah, only
Or
is because
among
Thomas
other
called
things.
CPS.
Or among other things.
Right. But only reason.
Trash.
And Ridge's appreciation for Taylor. I want somebody else to take the mic on that. I wish Ken
I
Ken was
just,
here.
I mean, what we
Appreciation.
said, so yeah, I mean, so yeah, because so this is what's going to happen, Sam. I mean, and I saw that where he said it's going to be a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs and bumps and bruises. No, sir, because this is what's going to happen. Thomas is gonna be revealed. He's gonna be put out there. Douglas gonna throw him out there again under the bus for everybody to see, like they did at Zuma's wedding. Ridge and, well, of course, the Logans, and that includes Liam. They're gonna be front and center
Correct.
to
Loving
see
it,
it
loving it.
unfold, so they can get the upper hand and say, I told you so. What have we been telling you? Hope Thomas is trash, he haven't changed, blah blah blah. You threw our family away for him once again. And when Ridge finds out, he's going to tell Taylor, I appreciate you being there for me and allowing me to basically to release or drain myself of you, just use and abuse your cooter.
Correct.
But I'm going back to Brooke because I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for what Thomas did
But I
after.
appreciate it. I
But I
appreciate it.
appreciate you
But
letting me
thing,
use your cooter as a drain or as a garbage can, because he's
Yep.
filth at this time. He's filth.
he is
Everything that
trash.
Taylor has absorbed from him, it's just, it's worse than that shit that how Liam would do Steffi. He would
Yep.
go over there and get her hopes all up, climb on top of her, basically waste inside of her, and
Yep.
then and go crying to Hope and say it was a mistake.
Yep. He to go
Grandpa
do his
fuckboy
business,
shit.
like Celia said, do his business. You make it sound like he going to the toilet on you. That's what it feel
That's what
like.
it's called. That's exactly what they
That's what
doing.
it feel like. So while Ridge right now is over there down the street from Steffi on Malibu, appreciating Taylor every evening, appreciating Taylor, not loving her but using her cooter as a goddamn porta potty.
Toilet, basically.
Correct. But he appreciates Taylor for that now. And what they gonna give us as the women between 18 and 40 motherfucking 9 is the woman sitting back crying instead of lighting his shit on fire.
Yeah. I want to see a
Honestly,
Angela
yes.
Bassett. I want to see a god doggone Angela Bassett waiting to exhale.
Holla back. Beyonce when she was walking down that damn sidewalk with that bat.
That would require that
Yeah.
the show actually acknowledge the level of filth that Ridge has sunk into by doing this. And unfortunately, it is not likely for them to acknowledge just how much of a slime bag, whatever kind of primordial ooze Ridge actually originated from, that's where he is now. Okay, he is like whatever the hell is under the crust of the earth, whatever the hell that old ass shit is. That's
He
what
climbed
Ridge
out
is.
of it.
He
Yeah, he
climbed
was
out of it.
burst out of that shit.
Okay, that's what he is
Yes,
because
because you know
that's
why?
exactly
Just
what
like
he's
what
doing.
Bubble said on the day that she watched the episode, as he was literally chasing her, to lie to her, chasing her
Yeah,
down, to lie to
he
her, chasing her
ran
to a
her
mountaintop,
down to lie to her.
to lie in her face. And
For
it
two
wasn't a lie he
days. He
forgot
chased her all the way
because
up to the top of the mountain, Sam, for
to
two
lie,
days.
to lie. Because
To
he
lie.
remembered the lie.
Dropping those love bombs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Love bombing
That's what they call
101.
it. That's
Y'all.
what they call love bombing.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love
that's
bombing
what he
is
was
when
doing.
love bombing is a sign of toxic love. One of the first signs
Yep.
when everything's going right, you're hearing everything you want, you're getting these grand gestures and
Yeah, they
everything.
corner you with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's designed to overwhelm the person on the receiving end so they can't help but respond to it. That's what he
Because
did
they
with
can't
Taylor and
think.
Ashley.
They
They
can't
can't think.
think. She couldn't think. She was trying to give herself some space from him. And that's why she told him to leave. And that's why she was running. Because
But see, that's
before
what.
she
Right.
yelled at him and told him to leave, get out, go away, that's when he started with those love bombs. I mean, he was just surrounding her. I mean, boom, boom, boom.
So
She
how
couldn't
did they
breathe.
get?
So she took off running.
So how did they get from Ridge getting hit in the head with a pine cone, where he said something happened? I saw my future. I saw you. I saw my future when the pine cone hit me in the head. Right. So,
That's
well, how
right.
did we get from that to the only reason Ridge is together is because Thomas called CPS? It ain't got shit to do with maybe perhaps Ridge loves Taylor. Oh no, I forgot. He appreciates her.
I,
Can't have that now, can they?
I have an even more important question to ask.
Do
Since,
go on.
since when Sam stopped drinking Ridge's dirty bath water?
She still do. She's just mad right now, but she
I
still
told
do.
you it was. I told you Sam is on that Scarlett O'Hara shit with Ridge. I hate him. I hate him to death. That's where we are right now.
I don't know. I think I
We
just
in
hate him.
we in
I
that I
think
hate you to death
You
now,
just,
part.
yeah.
yeah, because it does get to a point where you take the bitter with the sweet. And I know that Ridge is going to please me again when he's back to defending Steffi fiercely. I know he's going to please me again in that respect. But right now, knowing that he told Taylor a lie to her face, and he
Mhm.
continues to lie to her by withholding that, and at the same time still waffling.
I
If
told you
he's
he was gonna do that. I told you. And
yeah,
you said, but Bubba's my heart. I love him. I hate him. I love him right now, though. I love him. I love him. That was you. And we was like, no, Sam, no. No, he's gonna do this shit that he always do. He gonna sit there just like the song. He gonna build Taylor up just to let her down, and we gonna all be sitting here going, well, "What the fuck?" We watched it.
and you know what makes it also worse to me is that Thomas and Douglas's custody is tied to this. I
Yep.
think
That
Yeah.
that's
yes,
why I'm more
they
disgusted by
That's
the
him
why I'm
whole
being.
pissed.
that was the whole point of the CPS call. Because that's the thing, Sam. When the
Yeah.
CPS call reveal happened, I was disappointed for Taylor because I was like, y'all could have let that woman stay at peace rather than fuck her up with this. But okay, soaps are going soap. But the fact that they decided to tie
Yeah.
Douglas's living
Custody.
situation and Thomas's issue of and potential custody of his child to this bullshit story with a steel cord, that
Yeah.
was worse than any of it because up until that point, those were two parallel stories
They
that
were
did
too.
not
That's right.
intersect.
That's right, darling.
Exactly.
And we were
Exactly.
praying.
But they
I
messed it
mean, we
up.
had many drinks on the yard and discussed that. As long as they kept them parallel, we were fine. Because for me, it was to me, the custody storyline was always my number one.
That's correct.
Now,
Right. Yeah.
if we won Tridge as a consolation prize, and while doing it, that hey, the more the merrier. I wasn't gonna deny it. I wasn't gonna not like it, but I would be pissed a little bit, but I would get over it because this is Brad Bell. We know it was always a possibility that we might not get Tridge long term. But my
Hmm.
number one, my biggest issue was, and we had many discussions, was please keep those two stories separate because we need our grand Todd home. Sam, we started the Free Douglas movement. Well, we've been started it
A
when back
long
when it
time
happened
ago.
in
That's right.
2019. Yeah, but we picked it back up. We revamped
Hmm.
it
We sure
when we
did.
had, especially when we saw that when Taylor came back, and
We
then
was
when
buck
we
wild
saw
on when
that,
Taylor came back because that's all we wanted her to
yes.
do
That's it.
was take
We just knew
Douglas.
she was coming back to piece up to get Douglas back home in his proper place and piece her family back together. Because we really
As a
wasn't
matter of
on the
fact,
new Trid
none of
ship.
us wanted her to go after Ridge.
None of us. We
Everybody
No.
weren't
wanted to
on
try
the
Mm-mm.
to
new
do.
Trid
That
ship.
wasn't on my list. That was not on my list of priorities for Taylor at all. Just because
I don't think it
Ridge,
was on anybody's list.
no,
It
it wasn't.
Nobody.
Because
wasn't.
Ridge is always gonna be Ridge. If he wants to be mired in the shit of Brooke, I'm happy for him to stay there, and I'm happy for Taylor to not be involved in it.
That's right.
Yes,
Because we
but
knew
but
that
but
was gonna happen. But Sam, but look, I'm gonna just say this here. I mean, because we all knew it, because we wasn't rooting for the new Tridge at all, right?
I was.
Uh
Mm-mm.
and then, but what did they do? I just want to make this one point to this your whole thing. What did they do?
they took us to
They
Monaco and they
they
started doing it.
before
We don't
that,
buy
no,
nothing
before
until they sell it to
Monaco,
us.
they started the bill before Monaco. But this is what they did. You remember how they did us with Steam, Sam? They sold us. Brad Bell sold us Steam. He made us
Mm-hmm.
buy into that. He made because it was like we woke up one day and realized, like, when that shit was, for me, it was I was kind of realizing it with when they brought Ivy in, when they put Ivy on him, right? It was like, man,
Mm-hmm.
this is some freaking BS. Liam is just never gonna, guess what? I don't even care.
He
I don't
always
even
gonna be a
want it
waffle.
anymore. You know what I'm saying? But then they brought us back, right? Because Steffi, she went on, she was by herself, then she went on to Wyatt. I mean, so I was rooting for that. But then what did they do? They brought Steffi, they brought Jackie back just to sell Steam again, and we bought into the shit, Sam. We bought those phony tickets. We bought into the baloney. We ate it up, and what did he do? He recast it whole, and he just he
Burnt the
pissed
whole
on
place to
us.
the ground.
He
And then,
burnt it
but
down.
yeah,
And that's the
and
same thing he did with Tridge
that's
because
what he's doing
nobody
this
was
time.
shipping. But nobody was shipping the new Tridge. We loved it.
No, they won't.
We loved Kristen though. We adapted to her
Yeah.
immediately. We were like, yes, yes. When is Taylor gonna see her grandson? When is she gonna address this shit about Douglas? When is this gonna happen? Nobody was rooting for Tridge because we knew, we not to. We knew better. But what did he do up at this least those last couple of months after Deacon, after the whole fight with Deacon? We knew it wasn't. We knew when he went down there and moved in with Steffi, we knew it wasn't about the kiss because we saw Ridge forgive Brooke for drinking and the kiss. He was going to AA meetings with Brooke. And he
Mm-hmm.
forgave her that day when he found out, when Taylor told him what Douglas said. He went right home, and guess what he said? You my destiny, right?
Yeah,
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. But when he left, when he walked away from Brooke, it was because she stood up and defended Deacon against her husband. And that's when they started. What did he do? He went and drove down there to the Cliff House. And what did they do, Sam? They played our old Tridge music, our old Tridge song. Those two was wrapped up in each other's arms, kissing, and they've been wrapped up ever since.
It's the usual. It's the
It's
same
some
thing
bullshit because you see what they
always.
giving us. Right. They
Oh,
always said the ridge
oh
is
wait,
gonna
I
save
did
Taylor. So that's the gaslighting. They showed us
pretty
something
much.
and now they're telling us Ridge don't love Taylor. He
No,
appreciates her. So
he
that's the
appreciates her.
gaslighting, that's the man fuck.
Steam
Is
2.0.
my thing is that I think it's pretty bold of them to put that shit in writing, to put it
Yes.
in this, to put it in. I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you for confirming what we already suspected.
Yep.
But it's really bold of y'all to go ahead and just put it in the spoilers that yeah, he doesn't love Taylor, he appreciates her, and that's
Right.
why
That's
he's with her.
bullshit.
Thank you for the clarification, and fuck you very much.
Right. And that's
That's
basically
bullshit.
what Ridge is gonna tell Taylor. I appreciate you. Just like
Being here.
Lady Sanchez said, them motherfuckers is just as shallow as we think they are. Hope is
Exactly.
gonna
There's no
tell
big.
Thomas that she's grateful and she'll always be grateful to him. And Brooke will describe Bill as a crush.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
won't. It
Just
won't go any
disrespecting the
further.
Brill fans.
They
Disrespecting the Brill
disrespected
fans.
all of us. They whipped out their cock and just started squirting on everybody.
And what?
They R. Kelly'd all of us.
They did.
We've been caught in the golden shower.
That's what it, yeah, that's
Yep.
what,
Brad
that's what
Bell's
they did,
golden shower.
brothers. Sprayed on us, girl.
Wait, y'all. It's like 8:30, and I do want to get today's two things I wanted to say about Bold. One, if I yes, the entire, just in case anybody who didn't watch the
I did.
episode today
Yeah.
for Halloween, what happened with Lauren was exactly what we predicted. Lauren and Eric were off at the forest office. She was in LA on a layover from GC, and she was ordering new clothes, the new Hope for the Future line for Fenmore's. Her and Sheila didn't even get within 5 mile radius of each other, and that's it.
But I want to know what layover, where the hell was she going or coming from that LA is the layover to GC? Because
I
generally
have no idea.
in the Midwest, Los Angeles is over. Like when you go to Hawaii,
That's what I was thinking. Is she coming? Is Lauren coming back from Hawaii?
because that shit. But okay, one time I was flying. Where was I going? I was going somewhere, and they wanted me to come back through Atlanta, and I'm like, but that. Oh, I was trying to fly back to Nashville from Montgomery. I was looking at flights. But to get to Nashville from Montgomery, I would either have to go through Atlanta, Minneapolis, or Dallas. And I'm like, really? Like Atlanta, Minneapolis, or Dallas to get from Montgomery, Alabama to Nashville, Tennessee. It's a 5-hour drive. Why do I got to fly the whole country? So maybe old girl flew to New York and ended up having to fly to Los Angeles on some kind of, maybe she on Spirit Airlines and she had to take a circuitous route.
Or JetBlue or some shit.
On JetBlue because I like JetBlue. They don't take you around the world like the other people do. I looked at Spirit. I think it's Spirit Airlines, whatever the little goofy one is. To just fly to Los Angeles, they was talking about a 35-hour flight. What Los Angeles are y'all taking me to? 35 hours? Y'all is twisted. I'm not spending no damn day
Maybe,
over at the.
maybe you sure it was Los Angeles in the U.S. Maybe they got Los Angeles in Cabo or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm like.
They had to be overnight crossing time zones, both.
Y'all trying to take me to Mexico or somewhere because I'm trying to stay like this Los Angeles in the state of California. This one. This one right here. Not anywhere else. Girl, no.
Okay, that's funny.
I'll pay
Y'all
my
got them people over there laughing at YouTube. Y'all got YouTube over there laughing.
It's like, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, when you say somebody at a layover, I mean, come on, act like some other people fly outside of the coast. Okay, people do fly, they do travel, and there are, and we all know that GC is in the damn Midwest, and that LA is on the coast. What kind of layover are y'all talking about? So yes, Lauren was toasting with Eric about Sheila being dead. We got some great, flashbacks that show, from when the show was well written and shit. That
Mm-hmm.
really was
Yep.
aggravating to the point of it's like, well, the only two things today's show accomplished was that anybody who was a nascent fan who did not understand the Sheila Carter issues can see why there are issues with Sheila Carter because she's been crazy pretty much her whole 30 years. And B, you understand why people keep talking about quality issues because the show used to be fire back then as
Yes,
compared to now. You don't even get good fights anymore and shit.
Child,
So
no good
don't
definitely.
fight. No good
you
fights.
get these little jabs, with side eye and a snarky tone. I get so sick of that
Yeah.
shit.
Pushes
I
somebody,
get
you
sick
might
of it.
look
They
you
need to
get a
stop
slap.
saying somebody gonna have a confrontation. There's never any confrontations anytime. They need to say
No, there really
so and so
isn't.
gonna have a conversation, and that's it.
Because that's all it ever is. I mean, the most action we got
A
aside from,
one-sided one too.
but yeah, aside from Sheila shooting somebody, the most action we had gotten recently was when Steffi was wearing that nice yellow outfit, and she slapped the piss out of Sheila for being in her house with her baby. That's it. That's how
Yeah,
unoften we
Sheila.
get
Yes,
action on this show.
Steffi like to put her paws on people. That's my girl.
She do. I hope that's in her contract that she gets to slap at least one person a year. And if it's not, I need her to renegotiate.
Exactly, because there
Exactly.
are many people on this show that need to be slapping. I mean, I know we
Right.
probably
She
not gonna get lucky for enough to go upside her paw head when all this shit shake out, but
no,
It
she
was.
loves her days, and Steffi would
I
never
heard about
agree.
the show today, the recap of Sheila, and I felt like it was flat. I didn't watch it, but when Can opened her space and I joined, and she talked about it, and I was like, that was the biggest letdown. Because she said it kind of went over, like it went with Nikki. She's probably gonna run into Sheila at the Olive Garden and look twice but not recognize her. And I'm like, what if they planning? It's a waste, it's a letdown to the character.
if
Because
that's all they gonna do,
if
No,
that's
it's
hmm
hype.
all they're gonna
Y'all missing
do,
it.
then it was a waste.
It's
Because we
hype.
talk, yeah, exactly, just to pull
Is to
in
get your
fans.
ass to the table. It's trying to get you on TV.
Exactly.
They've been doing everything under the sun to get people to watch sweeps, starting with goddamn fake episodes with fake fantasy scenes. Thomas
yep,
Anderson Hope. And then the
yep,
next
yep,
one,
yep.
Deacon pop out of nowhere and propose to Brooke, where it don't even flow in the story at all.
And don't have no start, middle, or end period. They just drop it in there like a dog shitting on the carpet.
I
Exactly,
told
because
y'all.
Deacon picked up the next day, right back with Sheila in the house, about with her straddling him, right?
He said
Like nothing ever happened.
Like it didn't even happen. So these people, so this Lawrence coming to Bold and the Beautiful did what it was supposed to do. It got everybody to watch. That's
yep,
it. It wasn't to give us a payoff. It was to
Nope.
give them ratings.
yep.
Precisely.
That's all people were talking about. Ooh, Lauren's coming. Sheila's fixing to get it now. You were crazy if you think that Lauren Fenmore is going to show up for one day and they're going to wrap up this whole year and a half, 2 years that Sheila's been on this show in one day. Nay, nay, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen today. That's not going to happen tomorrow.
It's
Um,
the soap equivalent of it's the soap equivalent of a catfish.
Yes.
And that's
it wasn't
crazy.
Yes.
a catfish. It wasn't a
Yes.
catfish. They didn't promise us that Lauren was going to do anything except for show up in
For
Genoa.
show up.
We were the ones who sat there and let our imaginations get
Run wild again.
and sit here and have these little fanfics talking about, oh, if Lauren's coming to town, that must mean something big. It don't never need mean nothing big. How was
Right,
it
And you
even
right.
right about that, Can. I mean, not Can. You right about that,
Yeah,
Bubbles, because
yeah.
because I said it myself. Belle is not M Night Shyamalan. There is no twist.
There's nothing under the
There's nothing.
surface.
It's exactly what it's
What
written to
it's
be.
and what he told
Absolutely
and what he's
nothing.
telling us. He tells us in the dialogue, and he's also telling us what he's going to tell us again during the sweeps. He can have all of them. I won't be watching. I didn't watch Sheila's episode today, and I feel like I learned enough. I've seen all her classic stuff. I won't be watching this either.
Because we knew
Exactly.
it was
If
gonna
you
be
were lucky,
trash, Sam.
Pretty much, if you were lucky enough, I do applaud Kimberly Brown and give her her roses for being in the role for 30 years because she deserves that.
She definitely does.
Aside from that, if you were fortunate enough to have been a soap viewer of Young and the Restless or Bold and the Beautiful back when William Bell was still the one writing the show, then you've seen Sheila at her best. You've seen her at her most maniacal. You have seen her give the performance of a lifetime. And everything that Brad Bell is doing with her now is subpar.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Sheila
And he
tell you
said in November
that.
sweeps, y'all, could be, if he was creative, if he had creativity, if he was a good writer, right? He would have the November sweeps for Bowl could have been so diabolical with Sheila Carter and having Lauren there. That could have been. This is a way for her to exit Sheila. To exit the character. I mean, keep her reoccurring, of course, because of course we're gonna get in a couple of years. We want her, but right now she is not doing nothing but withering away in that doggone knee broom closet with Deacon. I mean, granted, they may be having some hot sex and all, but this is Sheila freaking A. Carter. Come on. Now, what if you're not gonna have her make a move? Go over there and snatch up Hayes and kidnap, knock Finn out, and have him tied up in the basement somewhere while she's taking care of Hayes like he's her child. Then then let it go. Let it go. I mean, make a move. Do something with her. Do something. Perfect time in November sweeps. Have Lauren see her. Let it be Lauren's last uh or however you say that with her. You know, let Lauren spot her, recognize her. Let Sheila kidnap Lauren because she didn't seen her. You know what I'm saying? Tie her up somewhere, go and try to kidnap Hayes, Finn, and you take her out. For a minute, we think she's going to get away with it. But Steffi, she runs in, kicks the door down, and,
That's too
finds
much
them.
like them actually doing something. They have no interest in
But
doing that.
that's why I started off with if Brad Bell was
Hmm.
creative, if he was a good writer, but he's not. I mean,
and you
it's a waste.
and you saw what he wrote in there for Sheila and Steffi and Finn. Oh, yep, they're gonna they think Sheila's dead, but Sheila's going to uh uh, uh uh cause problems for them, and they're gonna work it out together. At least Sin is still gonna get some decent writing, but they didn't give us really anything to bite into as Sin fans for the sweeps. Do you see that? See what I mean? They're
Yeah,
not
Hmm.
giving us anything to be like, ooh, at least something is finna pop off.
Ooh,
He
it's
didn't say
juicy or
nothing about
something.
Hayes
Nope.
and huh?
Like ooh, like nothing like ooh, something juicy is gonna happen. No, no. All you got was oh yeah, something's gonna happen. That's
Yep.
it.
And they go Sheila, Steffi and Finn go work together, and they're gonna try to put Sheila behind bars. So basically, he just letting us know they're gonna find out Sheila's alive while she's free, and they're gonna try to get her behind bars. He's such an ass.
He is,
Maybe
and
Sheila.
maybe if
Oh, Sheila could just decide to go off in the sunset for no reason other than she bored.
Or other than Bell can claim he wrote her in a corner because
Right.
he's such a toad.
And I told y'all a minute ago that if this story does not involve Sheila taking a baby, it's not going to be worth it. I told y'all that when she came to damn town for that wedding. If she
Yep.
was not taking the baby, they
Mm-hmm.
wasting our time. And ain't
Yep.
no baby's been took, but time has been wasted.
I
We
can tell you that again because that was the only reason why I was like, okay, I like Sheila Carter. I was not hoping that a villain be Finn's mom, but I could take it because I know that she would bring all the angst. And I too said, well, it's a no-brainer that she would kidnap Hayes, and Steffi and Finn would have to go on the run to find
yeah,
Hayes. I'm here
yeah,
for it. That was always the first story I thought they would tell.
yeah,
we all thought it, Sam. We were all rooting for it.
We were rooting for you.
We were all rooting for it. And
now all I'm rooting for is Days. And since we got 15 minutes
15
left.
minutes.
Can we please move on to the show that actually knows how to write for itself?
Let's get it.
Of our lives, Susan fucking Banks, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. I
Ow.
love fucking Banks. I don't care what nobody says. I love Susan. And
Susan's a hoot.
is the only person that can make me like Elvis Jr. Fight your mama about it if you don't like it, because I said what I said.
All
Susan Banks is the only reason why I like Elvis Jr. DeMiro.
Ow.
The only. And I made only a 3-syllable word. The only. She is
Yes, indeed, ma'am. I wanted to comment on the pleasure I took in Stephanie getting her ass fired by Pauline.
I was gonna talk about that one too, because I was like, that's what your ass get.
That's what I said. I was like, well, girl, first of all, let's be real. You're not a child, okay, Stephanie? You're not a teenager. You're a grown ass woman. You sitting up here lying to your client, saying you've got it handled, and your version of I've got it handled is going to get some counterfeit damn bills that my daddy and Uncle John had got from had knocked off for some damn narco, and using it to try to finagle the information out of Sloan P. Oh, speaking of which, why did it take me forever to realize until today that they didn't name this woman after Ferris Bueller's girlfriend?
Who? Sloan Peterson?
Sloan Peterson.
Yeah. I kept,
Yeah.
It didn't hit me either.
Yeah, I kept every time. Yeah, every time somebody said her name, I was like, I know. I got Sloan Peterson. Why is that so familiar? I definitely didn't go to school. I went to school with a Sloan, but her last name wasn't Peterson. I was like, where does the Sloan Peterson shit came from? And then they couldn't be. Wait, ain't that Ferris Bueller's girlfriend from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
You to figure it out, because I was like, who in the hell? The Sloan Peterson used to be on the show, and then they showed it. I was like, well, no, she ain't Sloan Peterson. And I was spelling her name the way the Ferris Bueller girl spells her name. And so now it makes sense that I felt like I know her, because Sloan Peterson.
Exactly, which I do find quite clever. So I was like, you just sat up here, you didn't lie to your client, you didn't try to con the attorney who's supposed to be officiating on this blackmail, and now you salty that. Now you're trying to explain to Paulina how you're not fired. And I'm going to be very honest. I was so disgusted with her asking Alex to help her.
I was disgusted that Alex sat there and stole from Sloan just to make inroads with Stephanie.
Yes.
You don't do that.
Thank you, Bubbles. Let's talk about that. Yeah, that shit happened today. I was pissed.
That's
I
gross.
was so disgusted that he did that. Like, sir, this girl trusted you to come in her house and lay the pipe.
Right.
You didn't already did it one time, obviously. She trusted you to come back, lay the pipe, but you out here playing fucking games because you trying to get the next in line town prude to like you. You want to impress her, and she done told you in no uncertain terms that she don't want nothing to do with you, but you still out here stealing shit and using Maggie Horton Kiriaki as your fucking meal. Did you?
But you know what, Bubbles? I think he was, because so last week, when was it? Thursday or Friday, he shut her down at first, but when she said it was for Paulina and had something to do with Chanel, I want to believe that's what gave him the change of heart. So maybe not all 100% for Stephanie, but more so for because he switched, like his thoughts, he changed his
Right,
mind
because
instantly.
he had the threesome with Chanel and Alex.
Yes.
So I could see him having some loyalty and wanting to help out
Yes.
Chanel.
That
That
was
would be the only reason why I would co-sign with him.
Y'all giving him more credit than I am.
But it's still dirty. So if Sloan
he was teasing too much in Stephanie's face today.
But
He
you know,
was, but
she
that see,
needed.
that's what threw me off though, darling. Because when he gave it to her, he was like, oh, it
He was
was,
like a
he was
dog who
pleased.
wanted a pat on the head,
Yeah,
Wow.
like a little
like a
puppy dog.
goddamn retriever.
I
So
brought my master back because his slippers or the newspaper. Do I
Did I
get a
do
treat?
good?
she makes
Yeah,
his
can
character
I get my
trash.
treats?
No,
She doesn't do good things for his character. Alex is
no.
too fucking cool for that. And she, like you said, this is Steve's goddamn daughter, a damn prude, a damn self righteous stick up, just like Steve and
Judgmental.
Kayla.
Just like Kayla.
And but Alex is too cool for this foolishness, and he gon' it's already bad enough. He done went on ahead and betrayed his booty call. There should be some level of trust
I mean,
in that relationship.
the only thing that he did that was halfway decent was he had the decency not to sleep with her after he stole from
Yeah,
her. That was the
Okay,
only decent thing he did, was because
okay,
he basically put a blindfold around her eyes so that she couldn't see him going into her file cabinet.
uh huh,
And then after he was able to, through a very strange turn of events, pass the damn file on to Maggie, who was taking little Holly out to trick or treat. Um, he was able. He told her that he got a call that, oh no, that Maggie had told him about something that Victor was going
Victor.
on about
Yeah,
Titan business, and that he had to leave. So he didn't sleep with her that night. And honestly, I do feel like that was part of his conscience. That
yeah,
just would have
yes.
been too low for him to steal from her, then screw her. Because then
right,
that's like you
That's
really
like a
screwed her.
double fuck. That's a
Yeah.
right,
double fuck. But one thing though, darling, about that, because he looked at it, he briefed it over, right? He was reading everything that was in that file, in that Manila folder. So I want to say he got some, because we don't know what it was in there, but
No, we don't.
apparently it was something because he slipped it in Maggie's purse. He can use it. I mean, it has to be something that he'll probably get a win off of too, because we know coming in the November sweeps that he's about to do a takeover. Alex about to do a takeover. And throw his brother, poor Sonny, under the bus.
Right.
So he's
yes,
yeah. So
I'm here
that
for it.
yeah. Yeah, so that might be. It could just be a win-win-win. It could be a win all over, not just for 100% for doing it for Stephanie or Chanel, because he got
Mhm.
feelings there too. But also, it could be a come up for him too, because he was very intrigued. We don't know what was in it, but we know it's against Paulina and Chanel, because Chanel is going to be getting arrested in the upcoming spoilers. So that's got to happen. And another thing, we know Philip is coming back. Now, Philip, that's rightfully his seat. And he was
Mm.
ran out of town early at the early part of this year or last year. He was ran out of town. Now, we don't have a date when Philip is going to return, but I do believe this takeover that Alex is doing, I believe he is working for Philip, because Philip, the spoilers did say that Philip, when he comes back, he's going to have a new agenda and a new and a new purpose or something like that.
Yes.
Okay,
So
good.
I'm
And if it
here
ain't
for
Chloe,
that.
so much the better. Whew.
No, it ain't Chloe. It's about
Good,
business.
Yeah.
good,
So
good, good.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But also, Step Chad is. So I did get an enjoyment today. I got my giggles today. Did we see Chad kids, y'all, drag?
Yes, they were cute, and I liked how his son ain't had no interest in Stephanie ass. Like, who the hell is you, and why we ain't seen you before, Heifer?
Ooh, I love it. Abigail Kids Drug Stephanie
The
Yes.
little, not the little girl, the little boy was like, well, who the hell are
Thomas.
you? That's
Thomas.
basically how he
I
was.
love it. I love it.
And why
It
are you
brings me
here?
mellow days.
And why are you here? So she was like, well, I'm your mom. So Chad was like, this your mother, this Stephanie, your mother's cousin. So the little girl was like, well, why we ain't never seen you before? I was
Uh,
like,
Like they was really on her. They was really on her, and I loved it. I
That
loved
was, I liked it. It's real, because it's like to say, you our mama cousin. Well, how come we ain't never seen you before? We done seen plenty of people up in this damn town. We done seen pretty much all the relatives and the
mm-hmm.
yeah,
relatives, but how come we ain't seen
see,
you?
Synced.
Thank
Why we
you.
ain't yeah. Why we
We
ain't never
seen too.
seen you before.
Oh, also, what I did enjoy, just because I'm petty, I enjoyed Victor dragging the shit out of Xander.
Word.
Victor,
Wow. Talk
They
about
all innocent out there dragging.
Okay. Oh, lad, first of all, what? Victor
Victor pissed
Kiriakis.
me off. He,
Victor is
oh,
a crotchety ass old man at this stage in his life.
oh
And
my
Yes.
God.
at this stage in his life, he don't appreciate nobody else bills coming to his goddamn house.
He
Yeah,
don't.
you got some mail. He's like, what? Bills? Yeah, they don't even know I'm here. Bill collectors find you. And he goes, so he gave Xander his bills. Xander talking about, oh, I thought I paid that one. And he like, how
Yeah.
you gonna pay anything when you ain't got no job?
Victor, he pissed me off today, darling. But he was true to form, but he pissed me off.
He was
Did
so
he offer
petty.
Xander a job yet?
No.
Well, no, because the problem was he asked Jack for a job at the Spectator, but
Yep.
Jack has already offered his daughter a job. And
Right.
Jack is not stupid. He knows it is not good for Gwen and Xander to be working in the same proximity.
Of
And
course.
even Sarah had to admit that once Xander told her, because she was boasting to Victor about how, well, yeah, he has a job. It's what he's working for Jack at the Spectator. And Victor was like, doing what? Obituaries, the gossip column. And then Xander had to tell her that he didn't get the job because Gwen is going to be working at the Spectator. And even she had to admit, oh, okay, I get that. At
Yep.
least she ain't crazy enough to say, well, you can go work with her. It ain't no big deal. Yeah, it is.
I
No,
was
y'all.
Especially how
expecting her to
judgmental
say
she's
that.
been.
What was that, Bubbles?
I was expecting her to say some shit like, well, you don't have to cross paths with Gwen. You can just stay out of her way. We need this money. But
Right.
Girl,
I was team Victor today because I was like, they done got this old man fucking riled up.
Uh-huh.
And for what? What y'all got Peppa riled up for?
Getting
Y'all,
on his nerves because he was minding his business until Xander's bills arrived in his house.
I was not.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
What had happened was these broke ass motherfuckers got bills coming to Victor's house. He ain't never had no bills come to his
He
house.
Victor Kiriakis. He
Bills.
don't never see his bills. They paid
Victor
before
Yes.
they come
He
told
out.
go to a whole
It
nother
is
building.
sick.
Whole
Victor
different people
told
check that
Victor
box.
told Xander, I built my company like basically like with your broke ass. I built my company
My
from
name on
ground
the
up,
deed to this
and
house.
it's my name on this deed to this house. And I'm like, Victor, come on, wait a minute.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you part of why what happened today happened. Okay, anybody who has had family come stay with you for a while because they have had difficulties understands that sometimes it is a tough situation. Everybody want to help their people out in some degree. But the problem is this. When your family is at your house and they bills start coming to your house, unpaid bills, all you thinking is these motherfuckers ain't never leaving.
Mm.
They just setting up house here. They setting up house here so good that they bills are following them here. They're unpaid bills that are following them here to the house that they're not paying to stay at. They staying with me for free and they still got unpaid bills. Oh my goodness. So Victor old crotchety man Gene just kicked in full swag.
Victor
Mm-hmm.
said he ain't trying to have that shit showing up on his credit report.
I don't understand. Isn't Sarah a doctor? Isn't she well off enough to?
She's on probation, so she's
She's on
only
probation.
yeah, she's only like part
Part time.
time. Yeah, she's not making her full wages.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, somebody better get to shaking some ass.
If hey, if this was the old if this has been the soaps 10, 15 years ago, Sarah would be on the pole by tomorrow night.
But
Exactly.
yes, child.
Doing something
days
strange
of
with them
our lives
child.
ain't never had no strippers. Sarah would be on the damn docks, honey, turning tricks.
I
Oh
thought
yes, you're
Mr.
right. This
Circles,
ain't the
Mr.
you're
Circles
right. This
ain't got
ain't
They
no
the
had
stripper
strippers.
show.
porn, but they had porn stars and prostitutes though.
Yeah, the porn stars and prostitutes are in Salem, and the strippers are in Genoa City. So if
This is correct.
Nicky
you
them
gotta get it
honey.
right now, honey. Sarah ain't gonna be stripping unless they open a new club somewhere, but she'll be down on that dock taking up Eve's old track. Y'all remember when
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Eve used to be a streetwalker? She got that cut on
yeah,
her face. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. Oh, and I did want to mention that I actually enjoyed. I guess you could say I don't think it was I don't think it was his ghost paying Ava a visit. I think that was
Michael,
Ava's. Yeah, I think
Mike
that was
Manning,
Ava's inner her inner
That was
evil
her conscious. Yeah.
telling her,
Charlie.
"Bitch, don't you run out this goddamn town from
Yeah.
these mofos. Who you
You
think you
Ava, he
is?"
to remind her. I was like, yes, the writers are they trolling, they read our tweets. Cause I've been so upset how they've domesticated and just completely rewritten Ava.
Yeah.
Freaking Vitaly. But
Mm-hmm.
when Charlie came and talked to her today, which was her conscious, and he had to give her a boost. He was like, "Come on, I know who you is, Mama. Come on, you able to tell it, Trip. You know you can pretend and change if you want for Trip, but I know who you are. Do
Yep.
you?"
She
Exactly.
chose her lane. Is
She
she gonna
sure
burn in
did.
hell with Charlie?
And
Since she gave him, Charlie gave her that. He was like, "So what's the Because I seen it play out, but I didn't know what he was saying at first. He was like, "So what's how he had that, darling, when he said, what is it about or the good thing about a son and the mother?
oh,
A mother is a son's best
best
friend.
friend.
Yeah,
Yes. And one thing that he did say that was absolutely the truth, because the thing is, your conscious mate will not only tell you what you don't want to hear, they will not just tell you the things you need to hear, they will tell you the things that you don't want to hear. One thing that he said that was absolutely true when it comes to Trip, he's like, yeah, he loves you, but it's conditional. You got to
that's
be a
right.
good person for him to love you. You got to keep your nose clean. You got to stay out of trouble. He's like, me? I didn't care. You could be good, you could be bad, you could be ugly, you could be whatever. And I still loved you. Whereas the truth of the matter is, when you are trying to be on the side of the good people in Salem, you have to be a good person or you're out.
And she let him down too. She let him die. She didn't
It's
come for
true.
him. She said that too. It was true. That was
It's
her. I
true.
mean, we had some baby. It was. I loved it. I loved it. And when she came out of the crib,
Mm-hmm.
that's the first thing she saw was Susan and EJ giggling and having them a mother and son moment. And that shit played back in her head what Charlie told her.
Why
And I was
let me?
so the spoiler makes sense because I couldn't figure out why in the heck what Susan of all people will be doing in the car with Ava Vitelli and EJ driving behind them, chasing them down. And that's what it was.
Well, he did
Use the
say,
mother, the
Charlie.
best way to
Mhm.
come between
Charlie
a mother and son.
Oh
and
my God!
Charlie.
He stole Susan Banks.
Exactly. She gonna snatch her ass.
Look though,
Eh,
before we go, because it's 9:02, real fast. When she was talking about Johnny today, I almost died. Not my sweet little
Yeah,
grandbaby,
yeah.
sweet little grandbaby boy Johnny, not him. Why would he want to do something to his daddy? You tell me why my sweet little baby grandson would want to do something to my Elvis. Girl,
Yeah.
I died. I love
That was so funny. Not to mention, EJ sitting up here questioning, like, "Bruh, your mama had radar for the devil, and she was right. Don't question her.
But
Go
he
with it."
really don't like he when he questioned her, it's not like he's questioning her like she's crazy. He grew up with this, y'all. She's been like this every day of his life since he came out of her womb. This is his normal, you guys.
Yeah.
His mama is his normal, and that's why he was like, "Okay, mama, what are the spirits telling you?" Because
Yeah. Yeah.
we do
Hmm.
this all the time. What the spirit's telling you now. He didn't dismiss her or try
No.
to discount her as crazy. He
No.
just said, "You, this my mama. I'm gonna roll with this shit.
And he loved her.
Believe in, and I love her, so fuck it." And that's why she makes me like him. She is the only person on this canvas that can make me like EJ because he sees his mama for the nutcase that she looks like, and he still loves and embraces her because that's his truth. That's what he grew up with. That's his.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
That's true, Bubbles.
It
And they
wasn't
gonna
it.
have to. And on that note, they gonna have to bring Sammy back because EJ is about to lose it when Ava and Susan go over that cliff. I need Sammy to
Girl,
come
I
home.
lose if they do something to Susan damn it, Banks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
EJ is
y'all. I
about to
was so
flip.
late coming back in the yard. I am irritated. I missed bowl talk, but hopefully I'll get to talk to y'all later.
All right. All
Hey,
right. We miss you
Ken.
again, Kim.
Fixing to go get in a space. I'm fixing to go get in the bed because I
Me
got a
too.
doctor's appointment in the morning
And I
and
gotta go
I
to
gotta
the
be up at
office.
5 o'clock. And
I know. I got a meeting now. I gotta pretend like I give a shit about what these people say.
if y'all gotta do something tomorrow, don't none of us want to do. So let's just get ready for it.
Good night, everybody.
Exactly. Good
Good
night, and
night,
y'all have a happy
Sam.
Halloween.
All right.
Thanks so
Uh,
Good
much.
Thank you,
night.
Bubbles.
Good night.
Thanks, Bubbles.
Thank
Good
you.
night, Bubbles.
Good night, everybody, and you too.
Good night. And remember to subscribe, you guys.